Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Godtear ATX. I am Diced Ham. I am here, as always, with my co-host, MrFishopolis. Hello, MrFishopolis.
Hello, and Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Cheer.
Exactly.
Yes. So today, we thought we'd do something a little bit different. We're going to play through an entire open-handed game. And what that means is we're both just going to be talking aloud our thought process, our strategy, our decision making the whole time to help illuminate what we're thinking, what the kind of thought processes are for making your decisions in this game, and also for fun. So I think that's going to be what we're talking through. We're going to be doing a full 5-1-3 draft and the random scenario. So that neither of us have any sort of chance to prepare or strategize. We're going to be making all these decisions on the fly as you hear it. That does mean we're going to be tipping our hand to each other a little bit more than we normally would. But I think that's all right.
Yeah. It would be cool if we had a way to record this where we could talk about it, but the other person couldn't hear it. But I think that would require like multiple channels or something like that.
That would require an audio setup that I don't know how to do
Technically
yet.
beyond our grasp.
Well, I'm sure there's a way to do that. I didn't put any time or effort into making it happen.
Listen, my remote control is already there for my TV. So, I'm sure multiple audio channels is just not going to be my thing.
I'm sure. Maybe one day. We'll get there.
I just want to go back.
Once the sponsor money really kicks in.
Yeah. Once we have drones. AI is going to solve this problem.
Is that it?
I mean, it's going to solve all the problems, like the problem of being employed or having
That's
to
true.
Be an
it's going to solve that problem first. It's just going to take your turn for you.
Exactly. We'll just.
You won't even have to play.
That would be super interesting to see if an AI could play. We should do that game sometime.
Oh my god! It's like the chess computers.
Yeah, exactly.
For Godtear.
Yeah.
That's just really good. That's what finally unseats Dave.
Dave.
The Deep Blue.
We just get a robot version of it and just call it the Dave Bot.
Dave Bot.
It's like when what is it? Spassky played Deep Blue.
Is that it?
I think so.
I'm not as up on my high-end chess.
Don't worry, this is from the 80s, so I'm sure I'm dating myself.
Oh well, then I'm very. I'm behind from that.
Oh well, then there's probably no hope for you in your chess lore.
That's true. Just probably give up now. Switch it. Play a different game. Maybe Godtear.
You got to start with a whole new game that has no history.
Exactly. We're starting from scratch, and that's why we're succeeding. Okay, so yeah, I'm shuffling the deck of scenario cards here, and we're just going to draw a random one, and that will be what we play. Today we have, oh look, it's death. So our scenario.
Fun. Well,
this is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It's not my absolute favorite.
I was just hoping not for knowledge because you love that and I hate it.
Yes, knowledge is good, and I'm sure I keep threatening to make a video about knowledge, and we'll get around to it.
Great.
Okay, so we're playing death, which we don't need to talk about a lot, but it's probably the most or one of the most combat-focused scenarios. Speed is nice, durability is nice, but I think just handing out damage is kind of the biggest key to this one.
Play City.
Yeah. All right, so let's roll off. We'll roll 5 dice. Higher, we'll choose to go first or second.
Oh boy, that looks like it's going to be me.
That looks like you. Okay, yes, you've beaten me.
The only time I can beat you is in a random dice roll.
Yeah, so it's your option, first or second player.
I'll go first.
Okay. So now we're going to draft. So we're just going to alternate pick champions up to 5.
I'm going to take Skullbreaker. Yes. A, because he hits Are we just going to talk through our draft?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. He hits pretty hard. He can move through followers. And I use him a lot. I really like the ability to reposition him with the tooth bears. I think I use that the most, except for with dwarves, and then I'm constantly giving him a damage boon, and then that really, it really helps him on this. And here, as we start to take away hexes, I can just basically drive everybody within Skullbreaker's range, pretty much.
Yeah, good call. All right. I think my first pick in response to that is going to be Luella.
Yeah.
Because Luella is very good at taking out the tooth bearers. She's very good at not dying with her high armor, high health, and she's fast. And I also anticipate a fair amount of high dodge picks.
So I'd love to. So just because you have Luella, I think Skullbreaker's kind of vulnerable to her. With that, especially if his tooth bears are going to be around him, they don't have a range thing, and they can also hand out the auto wound, which is useful for taking out the maidens.
Right.
That really starts to eat away at Luella with the auto wound. But conversely, when you do that, you sort of lose the opportunity for a second boon, which I can get greedy about. But with Luella there, I would love to have some some at least armor 2 or 3 followers. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But I could. I've had a really abysmal time playing Luella into the Nightshades before. So maybe I think about something like that. Luella really doesn't have a great time with Lily because Lily can push her, and she has to exert a lot of her actions to sort of get back. And like no dwarf is really going to have a great time with Lily. And then Lily's Thornlings are 3 armor, so they're pretty good against her. So I'm going to take Lily.
Yeah, good call.
Which is going to be counterintuitive to the idea of death and handing out damage.
True. That's going to be your control piece to balance it.
Correct.
Okay. We do have
the counterpart to handing out damage is I'm going to try to prevent you from doing as much damage as possible. I'm going to try to position myself well, and I'm going to try to make it miserable for you to try to hit something.
Right. Okay, so now I was correct there. You do have 2 high dodge champions, high dodge low armor. You've varied your followers, and you've got some push. I would like an additional way. I'm going to take...
You'd like an additional way to do what?
Sorry, an additional way to do some damage. I'm going to take Rangosh, actually. The reason being, next to Skullbreaker, he's one of the most, straightforward, here's a ton of damage kind of guys. He's going to balance my stats with he's got dodge, Luella's got armor. He's able to hit low dodge people pretty well if he wants, and the red bandits can be picking off Thornlings in both phases.
That is true. So Luella really hates speed blights. So I have one way to give out a speed blight here. So for me, right, like Luella's sort of a problem over here. Rangosh, I don't mind if Rangosh and Skullbreaker stand toe to toe and like whack each other. So I'm okay with that. So Rangosh has a bit of a problem with like middle dodge.
Yeah.
Because he can't really. So if you can get like a 4, like Shale's pretty decent. 4-2, he can't quite get through all of that. Finvar 4-3 seems pretty good. But is he? The problem with Finvar and Death, it's
Yes.
gonna get real crowded.
I think he hates it here.
Yeah. So I think his stats are nice counters someone, but I don't think ultimately he's going to be super suited for the scenario.
Yeah, he's not going to get his ult. He's not going to get his passive.
I'm just going to be really gross.
There it is. I was waiting on that.
Yeah.
That was going to be my next pick.
Yep. Well, Kaylin here, obviously, she just hands out damage like nobody's business. She cannot crush, but that becomes less and less of a problem.
Yeah.
So Kaylin loves death, and this is as deathy as we get.
She sure does. Let's see. All right. Well, Kaylin's in play now, and we do get bans. I don't know if I spelled that out.
Yeah,
So
5-1.
drafting up to 5, ban 1 each. So I think I know who I'm banning. But onward. So now you got the horse girl. I would like. I do like greens on this scenario. I kind of like bringing like two damage deals, like between reds and yellows, 2 of those, and then 1 green. I think is nice here to give you some control. You get that easy, easy bonus point when they claim. The question is which one. I feel like if Kaylin's sticking around, that's going to be a problem for Shale. I'm not a Rattlebone fan. I don't think this is the best place for Nia. That leaves me the other 2. You've got Lily. Which one do I want? I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab Wraith Red. Just because between the 2 of them, I feel like he's going to have the most. I don't know. I just felt like playing him between the 2. I think they're both okay here.
Yeah. I actually almost took Shale.
Yeah. Well, you've got Kaylin, so.
Obviously, yeah. Well, if you could take Shale, and you would force yourself into a Kaylin ban, right?
Yeah. That's true, yes.
No big deal. NBD. But if you do that, then I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing with our life.
Yeah. I do think, yeah. I do like Styx here. I almost picked him, but I was in a Wraith mood.
Yep. So the dogs are decent against Wraith and against Luella, because when you can roll those dice multiple times, you're pretty much always going to get a good chunk out of a door for any 2 dodge. So that feels pretty good. Styx is pretty nice to be trapped in the middle, but I don't think he does quite enough damages for what I want. The minus damage is nice. I found Jack to be decently effective against Luella. With the multiple.
Sure, gonna get a lot of spider stick and a lot of.
Yeah, you're gonna stick her pretty often. Yeah.
Get that speed blade on her.
Yeah. And Also, then if you can be clever about handing out those wound, repairs packs or whatever, it's potions. You can. I mean, in my last tournament game with Uzi, Skullbreaker never died, and he was at 1 or 2, I think.
Oh, wow.
2, but Jack just kept
Kept him
dumping.
alive.
Yeah, he just didn't quite die because, I mean, attacks are pretty valuable. Landing an attack on a higher dodge character, that's why, they're going to reward you with the low armor. But if you can just keep making people do that, you just soak up a lot of action,
Yeah.
So half of me thinks, oh yeah, maybe I should take Jack, but I feel like I kind of want more damage. I guess I will. Nah, I'll take fucking Mournblade. We'll try this.
Okay.
Just because I don't know. This is fun.
Yeah.
I just played Jack, so.
There you go. It's not like we have a lot of money writing on this.
What? This is how I pay my rent. Due tomorrow.
Okay.
So basically, the idea here too is with the Nightshades, I'm gonna try to limit where everybody can be, and I'm gonna try to once you get stuck into this middle hex here, I'm gonna try to hold you down and make big guys like Rangosh or something try to take try to use their attacks on some junky little follower.
Yeah, that makes sense. And of course, there's the Mournblade's only worth 1, so
Yep.
a lot of Slayer power goes to waste.
But,
all right.
I mean, you do have movement things like Wraith can obviously jump away and all of these other
Right.
things. So I understand he's not going to be the most useful in terms of that stuff. But also at a certain point, where you going? The board is just going to be the middle,
Yes. All right. I'm going to. I think I would like a second Slayer because again, death. So I'm gonna grab Sneaky Pete. Because I like him. He's got a lot of movement shenanigans to help deal with Lily and the Nightshades. He's going to give me options for easy plot-based damage that's going to help again with Nightshades. And he's going to be hard to push for Lily. And he's going to be good at dumping damage into both Lily and Skullbreaker.
So because you are doing that, I'm definitely going to take Lorsan.
There you go.
Because she can hit him pretty consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And we will just try to make him as dead as possible.
Yep.
The snipe with the 8-4 at a 3 range is really good, I think, into Pete.
Yes, absolutely.
Because she can, while maybe not one-shot him, I mean, there's a potential to one-shot him, but she can just pretty consistently put that in and be out of range for him.
Yeah, you get that field instruction in there, and she's really causing problems.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's see. One more from me.
I'm sorry, did I say 6-4? I meant 8-4 against a 5. I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah, Lorsan. Okay, one more for me. Okay, so I'm kind of debating. I could take another green. There's a chance you're going to ban Wraith, which would mean that I don't have that control element. So I could bolster that by getting a second green. Or I could really, really go big in the reds and yellows. You got Lorsan. do like, say I like Fenra, but she's going to get destroyed the same way Pete is. Violet Lorsan. Grimgut's no good here. Jean, I don't think is great here. So I'm really kind of debating if I want another yellow or Styx. And I think I'm going to choose Styx. Just for more control options, and that alt he's got should be good.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really basically just like -1 action on your opponent's next turn.
Totally.
Yeah.
Plus the the move, so.
Yeah, exactly.
The push.
Well, so I'm thinking, well, at this point I have so many dodgy characters. Do I want to double down on that and get rid of and basically force myself into a Luella ban? Or do I want, because right now she's probably the character that I'm banning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like look at my fucking team. So I could go, okay, cool, I'm gonna ban Luella. So that opens up like a lot of other things that I can take another dodgy character. I could take Jack here because I can hit Wraith. I'll never hit Pete. I'll probably struggle into Styx, and so it's not super great against a 4, a 5, 4, 2 is good, right? But I also think that as these things sort of get closer and closer, I think that I can maybe drive people into the center here. So that's good for Jack's ability to hand out healing, because a lot of times I find Jack, you're sort of using him to, if you can go second, you're using him to crush banners. He gets a little farther away. And so he can't hand out those heal sandwiches every time. But so this is nice for him if everybody's close together. It's also nice for Rodri. Not Rodri, sorry, Maxon.
Oh, sure.
Because people are going to start getting closer and closer. He's got not great dodge, but pretty good armor. He's really, I think he can.
He's got that 3/3 stat that's like sneaky good. It doesn't seem that good,
exactly.
but it is.
Exactly. And so I think he's pretty decent into Rangosh. He can take a couple hits from Pete, et cetera, et cetera. So I think that if you had less dodgy characters, I would take Jack.
You don't get another one. You don't get another one though.
Actually. Oh yeah, that's right.
You're up to 5.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
We're just talking like.
We're just talking about it. Like
we're just drafting infinitely.
Yeah, exactly. Infinite draft.
We're up to 5.
Great.
Which makes it my ban first. As mentioned, I'm banning Kaylin. I think this is Kaylin's best scenario, if not her absolute best, then certainly one of, and she's a pain. So I think she just needs to go.
She gets paid the big bucks for.
That's right. Clears the way for everybody else.
She's the celebrity there.
Yeah, she's got to go.
Fair enough. And I think with my remaining nonsense here, I'm going to ban Luella because I just don't want to deal with her into.
Yeah, she's got a lot of targets.
Guys. Yeah, so I think I already knew I was going to ban Luella way earlier, so I was comfortable drafting these. And then we'll see. Yeah,
we both kind of knew what we were going to get rid of.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing, right, is in 5-1-3 you can have this flexibility of, somebody took this, person that's definitely a counter to my whole team, et cetera, et cetera. You have the option to just be like, in your mind, like, okay, I know that's the ban. I don't mind drafting into that pick.
Right. Okay.
We have no yellows.
That's true. Kind of unusual in Death.
Yeah.
3 greens in the mix right now. Okay. So there's going to be some
Hey, this is almost
drops.
Christmassy.
It's kind of sort of holiday season.
Maybe I should swap out Mornblade for Shale, and we could just call it the
Just
Christmas
make it
one.
all. Uh, let's see now. Okay, so now we each drop one of our remaining. If
Yep.
we each pick one of our 4 that we don't feel like fielding right now.
Type it in.
And yeah, we can do the type it method. Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. You dropped Mornblade, and I dropped Wraith Marid.
So I dropped Mornblade because you have a lot of ways to get around the Nightshades.
Yep.
You have a lot of characters with other abilities, other movement abilities. And I felt like Lily's just going to be more annoying.
Yeah. That's fair. And I dropped Wraith because after all that talk earlier, I felt like Styx was going to do more work for me. I like his ult here. It's kind of a shortcut to that all-important damage. He's just going to be less vulnerable. Somebody like the Tooth Bears are going to chip a lot into Wraith, or potentially can. I feel like Lily is strong, actually, against Wraith. And I also didn't want to have both Pete and Wraith. I don't like having multiple, especially on Death, I don't like having multiple crews that don't do clash-based damage with their followers. That's just me. Maybe in a more banners-heavy scenario. But around here, I think it's going to be...
I mean, that's what a lot of Wraith's movement is about, right?
Yeah. Okay, and you are our first player, so you're deploying first.
Okay, well, here we go.
Is it back row? It is back row only. This means you really got to work hard to set up that hunting call.
Don't you worry.
I know you'll do it. Cool. Okay. So obviously, as second player, I'm thinking about matchups in the lanes. Who I want against who? I would like Styx in the middle. Reason being that lets him. He's going to be the best at holding space. This is as the block of hexes that is largest. This is the hardest to get rid of. So it makes the most sense for him to, via the end phase. So it makes the most sense for him to sit here and block these spaces and get the most work done out of him as a shaper. That also gives him more options for where the dogs can run to usefully and have them still be in range for him to move them. And I also want him against Skullbreaker so I can use my ult to prevent your ult. So Styx is going up the middle, and I'm just giving his dogs a little bit of breathing room to go one way or the other. All right.
Lily's a super nice place for me because I kind of want her in the middle as well to like be able to push things around, but because of her speed and her ability to recall Thornlings at all points, it's pretty easy to position her well.
Mhm.
And reposition her. I like putting her down because you can. I don't really need to think too much about
Yes.
where I'm putting her. She's gonna end up close to. I can choose at this point. Lily can almost change into any lane she wants. She can go up the
Yeah.
middle. She can go over here. She's gonna try to end up in the middle. Skullbreaker, I definitely want in the middle. Like I'm just gonna try to hold that space
Cool.
as much as possible.
Yeah. Lily's a good one for an early deployment because she still has options even after she's down.
She's got
Less
so
of a
much
commitment.
Yeah.
Okay, so given that, I know, assuming we're using all three lanes, then I definitely would prefer Pete versus Lily as opposed to Pete versus Lorsan. Lily's going to have a hard time pushing Pete, and Lorsan's going to have an easy time hurting Pete. But if I throw him down, are you going to just counter and dump Lorsan in that same lane and abandon the far side? Maybe. Let's go. Let's just put Rangosh on the far side. Idea being you can't ignore that lane. I can just run to it and put down banners. So you're going to put somebody over there, and then you will have committed, and I can place Pete accordingly. I'm putting the bandits within range of Rangosh, obviously, and also I put them near the hounds so the hounds can drag them around. And I put the larger clump toward the center because they can possibly rush over here and do some damage. There's Rangosh.
But what I really want is I want the Lorsan Pete matchup.
Right.
So how am I going to make this happen? Well, you've got this over here. If I put her here, you clearly put Pete there. So I'm going to put Lorsan here.
Mm-hmm.
She's still close to the middle. What I'm going to do then also, or what I think I'm going to do, who knows, is... Let's see, I got to put this guy here. What's his movement here? Okay. Is drop a bunch of speed boons or, whatever damage boons then too, to try to boon her up so that I can get, okay, like I can move over here, and then in the next phase, wherever Pete is, I will come and find him.
Mm-hmm.
That's my... Lorsan has one job in this match.
She's hunting Pete.
Control Pete, yeah. She's hunting goblins.
Yep. All right, so Pete. So I can let you have that matchup, or I can kind of skip out on that side of the board. What I might do is aim. I'm deciding I'm going to put Pete over here near sticks, and he can kind of share that center lane. I think we're going to actually end up with a lot of people in the cluster in the center now. So that I'm always going to have targets, and if Lorsan is coming over here to get at Pete, she's going to have to be in the mix with everybody else. Let's put some stabbers. I'll put one over here for potentially running over. Actually, put two. Two on the far side for potentially running over and attacking Lorsan separately, but Pete's going to be in the middle.
All right.
And there we are.
There we are.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Sorry, I'm reordering
Oh,
to make sure they're all in a line.
do it. And for clarity, I am.
My ADD was like, make sure.
Oh, I'm so OCD. I'm also marking my hounds, hound 1 and 2. and 1 is just going to be this top health, and 2 is going to be the bottom. For anybody that's keeping track of that.
Okay. So I'm up first. So first we're gonna move the Mistwood Rangers. They're gonna come up to here, and here, and then they're gonna blur themselves. Exciting stuff. Now, for my favorite part of the game, I'm going to
Here it is.
call. Yeah,
Yes.
onto everybody. The only time in the game this will be used. Here it is, and it's actually maybe even a little bit of a detriment to the Thornlings because they want to be precise, but whatever. It's tradition.
Amazing. You pull this off with, you get all 3 followers, all 3 follower units without fail, which is why I call you Hunting Call.
Yeah, Hunting Call Kent.
Hunting Call Kent.
Yeah, and it's the mini game that I play. Whether or not it's the right one,
It must happen.
It has to happen. Yep. So there's this.
It's like your good luck for like, it's like an athlete will have like lucky socks or something.
Oh yeah, or something that they don't wash or something.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to get that hunting call in.
Yep. So Lily is then gonna breath the earth and put speed there, and So here's the thought. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna want to put Pete into Lily. What a nightmare for me. Do I buff her? So here's the statistics. Do I buff her higher stat, which usually I am in favor of, because I think you want to make a character that does something well, do that even more well, especially if it's dodge. That it means that you don't get to hit them. I think like adding actually dodge to Lily is great, but you have also just all of these other things. Dodge boon is so easily stripped.
Yep.
That I'm like, it feels a lot less good. So the question is, do I want to put an armor boon down for Lily, a speed boon down for Lily, or damage down for Lorsan? I'm gonna take a gamble here. I'm gonna be more aggressive and put the damage down, because then if I can hit Pete, now I'm rolling a 5 into his 5 health. So we're gonna see how much we can do, and then Lily is just gonna move up her 3 to here. So if you want to come for Lily, you're gonna stand next to Skullbreaker. And that's Lily. The Thornlings. Well, I guess we'll do the Tooth Bears first. Want to make sure that we can get them out of the nonsense. 3. And then these guys. These guys can rush. How far? These guys can move 3. 1, 2, 3. So I guess we'll just rush these guys up to here. Because I think you can't quite get. I don't want to put myself. I want you to have as worthless as a first turn as possible.
With the goblins.
Correct. So this is. So if you moved forward 3, you'd sort of be, and even if you sneak, you're gonna end up somewhere in this row. So I'm gonna try to block that off as much as I can, and try to put them in a place where you can potentially land, even if you sprint. I mean, is it sprint or sneak?
It's sprint, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the Tooth Bears. Whoops. And then the Thornlings are going to deep roots. Here. here. Doesn't bother me because Skullbreaker can move through them, but it provides him a little bit of shelter there. So I think that the Thornlings with Skullbreaker are going to work really nice. He can stand behind this with Lily if he wants. The Thornlings will all come here because I don't see a way that you can, even with Pete and Leap, you can't quite get there. So we'll see what that is. And then they are going to do... So I'm going to leave one Thornling on the battlefield here because if I remove all of them, it strips the boon. That's them. Now we have Lorsan. And she's going to move up 2 to here. So she'll take this damage and this speed. And then she will give the Mistwood Rangers damage with field instruction. Because she already has it, and she has nobody to hit.
Right. Okay. That's that. Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna start with Styx because she's pretty straightforward. Just gonna move up 2, and that's all he can do with his first turn. That happens a lot with Styx in these back row only scenarios. So he's gonna advance and hang out. Rangosh. I could run him toward this center cluster, or I could veer off and head for the side where no one is. I am going to do that. I'm going to go about here and split the difference a little bit. And then he's going to go ahead and channel Rage, get himself ready to do some damage later. The Hounds. Let's see. No, I'd like to use the Hounds to maybe pull the Goblins a little bit closer so they could do some damage, but I don't think that's actually going to be viable, because if they go 1, 2, 3, then they're still out of range for damage, so it doesn't matter. So the Hounds are going to go... actually, hold off on the Hounds. We're going to go with the Bandits. These guys are just going to move up 1, 2, try to stay in range for Rangosh. And 1, 2. Not unlike Styx, it's not unusual for them to just kind of be stuck and not have much else to do turn 1. But I do like splitting them up like this, where I'll keep 2 that hang back who kind of... Like, I'll just float them to the back near Rangosh so he can always eat them, but I'm not trying to use them, so they'll just stay out of range, especially if there's yellows on the board. They can just be pretty far back behind Rangosh and just be available as food, while I'll run a cluster of 3 forward to try and do damage with. That's what they're doing here. Then Pete. Pete wants to get up in the middle because that's where the action is, but he also doesn't want to get beat up. 1, 2, 3, and yeah, we'll just get in there. We're going to leap. And this way, he's currently out of range for everybody except the Thornlings. And he's going to have a chance to fight back.
I mean,
if
not
anybody...
Lily, though, right?
He can Lily can push. She just can't do damage. But if he's able to sit there and he's not going to get hit immediately, he's going to have a chance to move if somebody's coming at him. So that's where he is. The Sneaky Stabbers, as mentioned, I'm going to send 1, 2, 3. They're going to head this way to try and cut off Florstan in that direction. 1, 2, 3. They would like to be doing some damage, but that's not really an option right now. Ideally, I'd want to be using this guy to increase my accuracy. 2. You can pass through sticks. 3. Stabbers. Then these guys are gonna. Sorry, these other guys are gonna sprint that we talked about. The additional 3. 1, 2, 3. So I've got them up here as blockers. If Lorsan's gonna start to come this way, and then that leaves the hounds, who are going 1, 2 for their advance. 1, 2 for their advance, and then Pack Hunter for the additional 2. 1, 2. I kind of want to steer them away from Tooth Bears. I don't like the Tooth Bear. What the Tooth Bears can do with the hounds. This one's in range, but that's the best he's going to do. And I'm going to use this one to pull the Stabber a little farther along. And that's the hounds, and that's everybody.
Nice job. I always like it when players remember, because I commonly forget so much, that you can use the hound's abilities on friendlies.
Yes.
That baffles me every time. One of these days I will remember it, but I think it's a really good play.
Okay.
All right, so what I don't love is right now Sneaky Pete can annoy Skullbreaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. Like what I'd love to do is maybe put my Tooth Bear here and then blah blah blah. I can't do it, but because of Skullbreaker's passive, he can still pull him.
Yeah.
So that's annoying for me. So my question is, do I try to be proactive about that and just walk up with Skullbreaker and hit him? Do I just say, fuck it, I'm going to take this? Do I try to push Pete out of range of Skullbreaker? Like, how am I going to deal with this? Or do I just say, fuck it, he's not going to one-shot him? And go try with that. So, rough. So actually, that's my answer. Is rough. Is that I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Tooth Bears and I'm gonna ram them into the dogs.
Yeah, rough.
Yep. So these Tooth Bears are gonna come up like this. So right now I'm trying to decide, is this gonna box out some options, because Skullbreaker natively has a 2 movement in this. So I want to leave Skullbreaker options to like move through things. Blah blah blah. Does this give me a little tiny bit more board control over here? The 4 is doesn't end, and he's sort of closer to his buddies over there. So I think he's actually gonna go here. The dog's movement's only 2, so I think he will be here, because if Pete wants to do something, he's gonna have to go either move for it, use it, burn an activation, basically. And then the Tooth Bears are gonna club bash that dog for a 7-5.
Yikes.
Because of oh dude, I did not kill Shale with a Skullbreaker ult.
Oh my god.
Last game. Makes me want to eat my mouse.
Oh my god.
Ha! And they just get it.
Just exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
an auto wound.
Hound 2 gets an auto wound.
Right. And then so with that, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna try to make it harder for your 5 to hit him.
Mhm.
So I'm going to give him a dodge, right? So now he's at 5. So now I've decreased your odds of pulling him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I think it also puts the odds slightly in my favor, right? It's at like 44%. Hitting 5 on 5 is 41%. So, okay, I've like made it less likely that you're gonna hit him, and then they're gonna roll 5 damage. So
3 minus 1 is 2.
2 more.
Leaves it at 1.
And then with that, Skullbreaker will take. So here's the question I'm thinking to myself. Okay, if he does hit, I can give him an armor, sort of stave off some of those wounds, or I can give him some movement ability, and maybe wherever these guys end up, I can get to someone other than Pete. Skullbreaker doesn't love having to go into Pete. Even with the 5, because that is that same 41%, or do I try to just make Skullbreaker hit Pete?
Mhm.
And I think just this being death and me being me, I'm going to give Skullbreaker accuracy, because I'm just going to go for the most aggressive version of this.
Right.
And then that's the tooth bears, and they lose that.
Cool. All right. Yeah, the Pete question is kind of the central
Would you have taken a armor?
tension going on. Good question. I usually end up taking an armor for Skullbreaker when I know he's going to get hit. But this is a good. I probably would have. Is the answer yes? But you might be right with your selection here. All right. So you've got tooth bears. I'm going to do. Let's see. Pete.
Well, so here's sorry, just to go back to that discussion a little bit. I feel like it's turn 1, it's death. If I don't actually. If you kill Skullbreaker now, good on you. I don't really care because it's turn 1. I don't really want to kill Pete. I just want to damage him.
Right. So I think for me, I think Pete still. He doesn't want to. I don't want to activate him yet. I want to wait. Because if I annoy Skullbreaker over to where Pete can hit him, that's going to leave Skullbreaker next to Pete before Skullbreaker activates, which is bad. So I'm going to hang back with Pete for now. Styx is a little boxed out. Rangosh is in no hurry. I think I'm going to go with the sneaky stabbers. Like this. So I'm going to sneak this one to get an extra movement. Remove one from the battlefield to make a recruit. So I'm basically pulling him from here and recruiting him to here. And then I am going to let's see. So that was a sneak from him and a move 1 staying here. Because what that does for me is now that my stabber is here, I know that Skullbreaker can't. You've already used the tooth bears. I know Skullbreaker can only go 2 hexes if he's going to try to get next to Pete to hit him. He's going to have to be here or here. Now you can't be here, and when you are there, I'm going to get an extra accuracy on you.
Nice.
And then these 2 are spreading out to, again, just prevent Lorsan from running over and using those objectives that I'm not anywhere near. And that's the stabbers.
So it is super aggravating where your stabbers are, because I do want Lorsan over there. But then the question is, does that just force Lorsan up the middle and into Pete. So I can either try and get rid of a stabber, which feels like a waste of Lorsan, especially since she's primed for goblin hunting. I can move Lorsan to say here and try to take a shot at Pete. But I feel like Skullbreaker already has a pretty good bead on Pete. So I don't really know that that's the thing that I want to do either. I don't really have a lot of great options right now. I'd like to wait for Lorsan, maybe if like Styx or the Hounds gets up a little bit, blah, blah, blah. Lily doesn't love trying to push Pete. Lily, that's basically, she can get to the stabber, get to Pete. The Thornlings right now are at a 5 to hit a 5, which is a little bit less than 50%. I could move one and then make that a 7 to hit a 5, which feels like overkill. So it's sort of tricky here. I really don't. I'd like you to go. I'd like you to keep moving. But such is not the way. And then my Mistwood Rangers probably can't hit Pete or this sneaky stabber. So they're feeling a little bit useless. So I guess what we are going to do is Thornlings are just going to move. I guess I'll move to here. Because I want to be able to pull this ranger into here. And then they'll just move like this. And they are going to take a stab at Pete. For a 7.
Yeah, that's good. Good dice.
Counting to 7 is always, for some reason, very hard.
Oh, yeah.
They hit him, but way over exact.
Yeah.
Wow. But I actually like the Thornlings into Pete a lot because you don't really feel like you're wasting a big thing when you're using the Thornlings, right? This 4 damage is hopefully usually pretty good. Oh, good.
That's 2.
Got 2. Yeah. So we can just. Pete's got a lot of things, so now I can kind of a little bit decide whether I want to kill him this round, maybe with Lorsan coming in. So that's them.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. So sorry, I'm debating a couple things. I still have Pete. Still wants to hang back. He's not ready to move yet. So he really wants to see what Skullbreaker or Lily are all about before he gets involved. So I'm looking at Rangosh. I'm looking at the Hounds, who I think want to go before Styx does. Let's go with the Hounds. This Hound is going to bite this trio of Tooth Bearers, which is it's 4 to hit 4, which is not great odds, but I have multiple chances, and as long as I connect once, I'm likely to take one out. So we're going to bite those. And actually connect on the first one, so there we go.
all uphill from here.
Absolutely not on the second, and not even close. Okay, so for once, as I thought, which gives me 2 dice of damage, which should be enough for a 1 armor tooth bearer. It's not, though. 0, so I get nothing there.
From the blade.
Nothing there. And then they
Worse.
and they are going to move. This one's going to move up. And this one's going to go 1, 2. I'm just getting them closer to the action. I'm taking Hound 2, which is damaged, farther away from enemies. I know that he's here. I can use him to pull up some bandits. To help get them in range for their own attack. And that is the hounds.
Okay.
I also like getting the hounds close to Skullbreaker because he can't be blocked by small followers, but he can be blocked by large followers.
Yep.
So there's wall potential there.
But with the pulling of these up, actually, this tooth bear for me has become more important. Because he stops them. Your bandits. Oh no, because they couldn't quite move there.
No.
But because you just don't want. I'm always looking like, okay, like how, like where does that look like in terms of can they hit?
What can they hit? Yeah.
They can hit this tooth pair. Whatever. For me, I kind of like the tooth bears now with this open back row to more easily put them near these guys. Because now you've sort of cleaned out a little bit of that. Obviously, I can't move them as of yet, but I like that because Skullbreaker is going to be moving up the middle. He's going to be. I mean, the range really doesn't matter, but the ability to recruit and then rejoin does. These dudes are still a problem for me, and I have to figure out how to get him back with these guys. Or if I just want to put him here, because really the thing I don't want is these sneaky stabbers being next to Skullbreaker. He fucking hates them.
Yeah.
And they're very dangerous, like one-on-one, and the same thing with these stabbers and Lorsan. I don't want to give. So right now I'm gonna win the turn, just if nobody dies, right?
Right.
I don't want to give you the ability to go first, and fuck up my day with these goblins.
Yes.
If at all possible. Right now I'm debating whether or not I want to kill Sneaky Pete. Or at least try.
Right.
Lorsan can go to here.
Take a shot.
She can take a shot. With a 8-5.
Which is a decent shot of killing him.
Right, so has a decent shot of killing him. He's going to waste an activation doing that, but I don't really care. It's round 1. I would prefer to probably lose this. But we'll see where we get you with that. Walk up in the middle and just hack at him with Skullbreaker. Skullbreaker's then decently positioned for next turn, and if I kill him, Pete's gonna have to waste this activation, getting up and then doing his pathetic
His one move.
Or he's gonna pull Skullbreaker towards him.
Right.
At that point, I'm gonna sort of start walling you off into your own backline and making this a lot safer for like a Lily planting claim. Yuck. These two dudes over here are really ruining my day. And I don't think 5-4 there. I don't really think that they have great odds of hitting that. So I don't know. I'm once again still not excited about this. So I guess the Mistwood Rangers are going to fire at this sneaky stabber.
Mhm.
It's not optimal, but when you're playing a good opponent like you, take a lot of non-optimal rolls.
Not quite.
No, not quite. So now I'm going to move. I kind of want to put this dude here. I just am going to try to set up for next turn as well. Try to give you as least amount of places to place stabbers next to Skullbreaker.
Mhm.
And then these guys will also move up to here and to here. I'd like to be there. But that box lures him off. I'm trying to think of, okay, can I get them into a place where I can limit your ability to get the stabbers next to Lorsan if he does come up and take a shot? Can I like sort of build a pre-wall? But then she obviously doesn't have Skullbreaker's ability to move through those things, and then does this. So right now, Lorsan has 4 movement speed.
Yeah.
So she can get to a lot of places.
She can get around.
The question is like, where does she want to be? Which is the decision I haven't made yet. So this is pretty brutal. I guess who's here, right? These two are here.
Yep.
Just yuck. Yeah, I guess they'll go here.
Okay.
Do this.
Cool.
Just to make you.
Oh, that's just they did use their accuracy boon.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna go. All right, so I've got Styx, Pete. I've got all my champs, and I've got my bandits. I think that I'm gonna go. So my choices are. I'm thinking about going with Styx next, or Rangosh. I'm likely to win. Sorry, you're likely to win this turn. Especially if you start KOing champions. I'm gonna go Styx next. You were talking about having opened up this back row. I agree. I'm gonna combat that with an apparition. And I'm gonna pull this hex closer to Styx, giving both Pete and Styx more options for claiming next turn. Giving Skullbreaker fewer options, assuming he runs forward. And then I'm just going to move up 1, 2. And I'm okay doing that because I'm out of Skullbreaker's range, and these guys have already activated. That sticks. Six is also out of Lily's range.
Yep, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yep.
Sorry, I should probably be saying these things out loud. Okay, so the Thornling, who the problem with the walls is they're good and bad. She wants to sort of maybe pull Styx up because I'd really love to get a hit on Styx in this round, with Skullbreaker. So how can I do that? I can do that by putting her here. But then that blocks Lorsan. Lorsan really wants to be here. She's here. She can actually choose whether she wants to hit Styx or Pete. And Rangosh is over there doing whatever the fuck it is Rangosh is gonna do. But you're probably gonna claim over here. So I have to start thinking about, okay, how am I gonna crush that? Am I gonna say fuck it? And then just give you that banner for next turn? Am I gonna start, slowly moving Skullbreaker over there? He can get here, he can get to here by the end of the plot phase. He could claim there even. What do we want to do with that? So I think, Skullbreaker is going to have some decisions to make, whether he just, moves, does that, but then he's going to be sitting next to one of these sneaky stabbers. He hates that. If you decide to go first. So Lorsan's going to go up here because I really wanted to wait until after Pete went for this.
Sure.
Because she doesn't love all of this. But there's no way around this. So then Lorsan is actually going to take a shot at Styx. For an 8-5. So right now, I feel like if Lorsan hits Pete, she's probably going to kill him.
Yep.
Pete can just revive. I don't really care about that, so I'm really more interested in softening up other champs. For the next round, because I don't really want necessarily to be winning. And if I decide I want to kill Pete, I have a Skullbreaker option, which is not as great odds-wise as the
This
Lorsan
one.
option. But I feel like right now, like Lorsan just wants to put some damage into Styx.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether or not that is the correct decision, only time will tell.
Yeah, I really think getting as many enemy champions to low health as possible in turn 1 is optimal.
It's a hit.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Ooh. So that's 6.
Yeah.
-2 is going to do 4. Yikes.
So I feel pretty good about that because that puts him
Oh, I did that wrong.
at 2 health, buddy. When Tom can count.
Special reverse math.
Yeah, exactly. And then Lorsan's actually going to scoot here.
Mm-hmm.
Can use shoot and scoot. So she's going to get herself out of Pete's purview here.
Yep.
If at all possible. And she's going to lose these 2 boons.
Cool. Okay. Pete's still waiting. Okay, so I'm still waiting on Pete because he would like to react to Lily and Skullbreaker. So he's hanging back, which leaves me Rangosh and the bandits. I pretty much know what I want to do with Rangosh, so I want to run forward, and maybe hit that solo Toothbearer, but I don't. As of now, that would make me win the turn, and I don't want that. I was hoping to get some damage in with the bandits, to have somebody that could shoot in range, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And I'd kind of rather waste the bandits than Rangosh. So no, as I say that, I'm reconsidering. Because I could pull them up here, and if you're up here causing problems with Pete, they can come in and shoot. I am going to go Rangosh. See, the problem is, what I want to do with Rangosh depends on whether or not I'm winning the turn. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go 1-2 with Rangosh. I'm playing it safe. He's not going to attack anybody, which is a kind of annoying waste for Rangosh, but that means he's going to be very easily claiming where you cannot get it next turn. And then even if I fluke, if something happens where I begin winning this turn, and you're able to remove those hexes from him, he'll still have somewhere to claim. And he's going to save his damage for next turn.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Rangosh.
All right. So now I have the center of the board puzzle
Mm-hmm.
that I want to deal with here. So right now, Pete cannot pull Lily in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But he can pull Skullbreaker in. Lily could get to here. She could then try to push sticks backwards. Because right now I'm winning. I don't really want to. Lorsan did a nice job on sticks, actually. So I don't really want to hit sticks again. I want to pocket that. I don't know that I really want to hit Pete either. I sort of want to pocket that too. So, that could mean a lot of kind of garbage movement. So I could send Skullbreaker over here, with his 2 movement. The next turn he has 3 if he doesn't attack anything. So we can get to here and make that not entirely uncrushable.
Right.
It just is such a fucking waste to send Skullbreaker to crush things. But that might be what has to happen. Because unless I start setting up for that now, I will not get that banner.
Right.
It just is not possible. So, yeah, I really don't want to go with both of these right now, but I'm going to. So Skullbreaker is going to move this way. He's going to just move 1, 2 here. And then he can make it 3 over there, or 3 here, if he needs to. And he's not going to attack anything, because he doesn't really want to take that speed blight. If he's going to make it to over here to claim. So that's just Skullbreaker.
There you go. That also prevents the Pete pull.
Yeah, it does.
Because for that annoy, you have to be getting. I can't put you in the center because that I can only pull you into the hex where the stabber already is. So in that case, Pete doesn't have everything super useful, so he's going to chill out for the moment. The bandits are going to go, and they're going to go 1, 2. No, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 2. So again, these guys are hanging out. Actually, yeah, these guys are hanging out. They're going to try and do some damage to anybody. They're just sticking near Rangosh so they can be food. These 3 have clustered up, so they're going to take a shot at Skullbreaker at range with shoot. So 5 to hit.
5 to hit 5.
Correct. Not even close.
But you know what you did do?
Did I strip the boon?
Oh my god. Yes.
Strip that boon.
Every Godtear player's favorite consolation prize for missing. At least I stripped the boon.
Well, you stripped the boon.
I stripped the boon. Got some.
So the shoot missed. Strip the boon. That's the bandits.
So another thing here about placing Skullbreaker here is I could try and push him.
Oh, yeah.
By hitting the sneaky stabber, making it a little bit easier to get him to there.
Yep.
Do I want to? I don't know. Also, I can move Lily to here. And now Lily is going to be in a much better position to try and get to these things. The question is, does Lily want to stay in the center and try to push? Does she want to come over here? I don't love the idea of you getting a free banner for this next turn. And I don't love the idea of Skullbreaker having to do back crushing. Because Skullbreaker would rather be like splashing around in the pool of blood that is the middle of the battlefield.
Yes.
So I think what Lily is going to do is Lily is going to try and push Pete here. With Haunting Melody, which is 6. Not great odds, but we'd like to do this. Yep, we did.
Yes,
it. Here's why. Because I want to push Pete, so if he can't claim and then go do some shit. I want to push him out here.
Yep.
Now, and the idea too is, well, he's just gonna move and probably do something else, but he can't now pull people.
Right.
Because if I try to push Skullbreaker off of this guy and push him to here, then he can pull him at least one back, and then that negates my action.
Right.
So I sort of want Pete out of the middle there. I understand what Pete's going to do with his life, but this at least makes it, he's going to waste that turn. But then really what I want to do is I want to drop this speed.
Okay.
And then Lily's going to go this way.
There you go.
Now she has 4 speed, so I'm going to leave. I'm trying to set up here for leaving this sector for Lily.
Yep.
Because now she can get to here in one turn, etc. And then Skullbreaker's going to stay in the middle. Yep. And then Lorsan is going to hopefully snipe from the sides.
Yeah.
So this is sort of the crossfire pattern that I'm looking to set up.
There you go.
We'll see whether it works or not.
Okay. Now, as mentioned, I've just got Pete. So he's probably going to use his blistering 1 speed. So just get back up here and set himself up for some claiming in the next phase. And then right now, I could annoy Skullbreaker and attempt to get him over here. Or I could just plot revenge. Let's go for the annoy. Because you're not going to be able to hit me in the plot phase. So let's see if we can get that yoink off. So 5. Then I've got the +1 from the adjacent stabber. Plus, I've already stripped that boon. So
you've already stripped that boon.
There it is. Now I can pull you, and you're going to be right there. And that's Pete. That's the turn.
You get to take some away.
Yes. Through careful maneuvering and dumb luck, I've avoided taking that turn. That's yours.
Well, nobody was trying to win that. No one was trying to win.
Actually, I don't mind. I think it's less of a big deal on death. I think some scenarios it's more detrimental to win turn 1, and some it's more useful. I don't think it makes a big deal on death, but it does affect like what I'm doing with Rangash here because we're so spread out like this. All right, so I have to pull 2 away. I'm definitely going to pull 2 from Lorsan's side. So if she wants to get a banner over where I can't touch it, she's going to have to go well out of her way to do so. Like that. And then I am contemplating 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that I am going to go first.
Now, what went into that?
Yeah, because of the positioning of my goblins, I feel like I'm in a situation to capitalize on the damage they can do. And I'm also going to be able to hopefully set up some walls before they're going to prevent some banners from you. At the earlier rounds of death, banners are. It's more important, I think, to fuck around with banners in the early game because you're going to run out of opportunities to do so. So if I can prevent banners now, I might as well lean into that. So yeah, I'm going to go first. And here's what I'm going to do. So as mentioned, I think this goblins are in a good position. They are going to, let's start with them because I want to see what kind of damage I'm able to output and go from there. See who's alive, and I can plan around that. I want to dump damage into Skullbreaker. So let's start with the... Actually, what's the best way to do this? Okay, let's actually start with Sticks. Reason being, he's going to open up some claiming options for Pete. So I'm starting with Sticks so he can move. And he can claim. I've got him centrally located. Any banners down in this entire lane, he can easily crush. He gets those 1, 2. And then also let's Pete claim where he was in a second here. And then, of course, I've got Hours Nigh, so I'm going to go ahead and put minus armor on Skullbreaker. And that is Sticks. Now Pete can go. This is also, I put my banner farthest from Skullbreaker and Lily. Lore's Hand can obviously get to it, but that's going to be going the opposite direction of where she would put her own banner down. Then Pete's going to go. Pete is going to backstab Skullbreaker with, I've got 6 accuracy dice from that extra stabber. 4 will hit you. That's the auto wound. And then 5 damage dice with your minus armor.
Gross.
Yep. Oh, yuck. Only 2 more.
3 altogether, so
Total of 3. Not great. And Pete is going to claim. That's Pete. Okay, so the reason I did that first, because I wanted to know how much more I need to get done on Skullbreaker, which it's a lot. So the stabbers could have attacked Skullbreaker or Lorsan. Since Skullbreaker needs a lot more, I am going to attack Skullbreaker. So 1 stabber versus Skullbreaker is going to be a 7-4. Seven to hit. Hits. Damage. Hey! 5 minus 1 is 4 more. So he's at 1. Okay, that's better. So that was their attack, and then now they can move. These 2 are going to go like this. Lorsan's got that 2 movement. Yeah. So it's going to completely prevent Lorsan from getting over here. And you can't do anything about it unless you, I guess you could use your ult on them. I don't see that happening. Then that wouldn't get you over there. Then this stabber is also going to stay where he is for additional accuracy into Skullbreaker. They're done. Now, Rangosh, as mentioned, is going to claim. So that's at the far end of the board. You're Gonna have to send somebody over there, probably Lily. He gets his step for that. Lily can go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so you're not getting it to it in this phase. I'm going to move him here. No matter where you are, that's going to put you in range for me to hit you, and I'm going to easily hit any. Easily take care of any banners you get down. That's Rangosh. Unless I want to keep him. I'm trying to wonder if I should want to actually keep him there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, actually that. So you've only got one place to possibly put a banner down, and it's all that same space is also in your path to my banner. So that's going to limit your options. And I can use. I think nobody's in range for Break Spirit. I'm just going to sit. I'm underusing Rangosh right now, which is a little concerning. Like he's not using all his actions. You definitely don't want to keep that up. He's going to want to start hitting things pretty soon here. Now I've got bandits. Let's see. Bandits can't 1, 2. I'd like to hit Lily or a champion with them. What I can do, I could potentially get them over next to Skullbreaker if I move my hounds. As mentioned, hounds can be good blockers. So let's go like this. Let's go hounds. Pack Hunter. So I'm using Pack Hunter first to get that extra movement for being near sticks. And then they'll use their own advance. 1, 2. See, we're here. 1, 2. 1, 2. So that's just gonna be problems for Lily trying to get over there. And then that opens up that lane. I can drag this Toothbearer farther away from anybody who might want to cause problems to. I'm not worried about a single Toothbearer into the hounds. That's them. Now the bandits can get in here. 1, 2, 1, 2. And these guys, I don't want to block Rangosh in case he's heading over, but they'll go here. These 3 are going to try to finish off Skullbreaker with an ambush. 5 dice. Yes.
Yeah, they did it.
They did it. Kapow. I can only push him so far. Oh, no. 1, 2. Why don't you be over here? Yeah, that's going to be fine. Going to prevent you getting a banner down. You're going to have your hands full. That's him down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives me a nice, strong start to the turn. The bandits are going to get a boon from their passive. Let's see, what would they like? Usually end up giving them dodge or armor because of maelstroms, but there's no maelstroms. So how about some accuracy to make sure we keep pumping damage? That's everybody. Over to you.
Well, that's a very nice first activation. I really wanted to go first because of how well your goblins were set up there.
Yes, thank you.
So very fucking annoying. Oh, Skullbreaker loses this. He's back here. So, so part of me is like, wow, look at it. This is so fucked up what is happening with Skullbreaker. Part of me is like, I'm glad he died at the beginning because now the odds that you can kill him in the clash phase are not super great.
Mhm.
I mean, you can totally do it. I'm not saying it's undoable. It's going to take a little bit of concentrated firepower
Mhm.
from Probably Rangash. Pete's probably not going to one-shot him. Your goblins can't do damage. Maybe your bandits as well. We'll see.
Yeah.
But Rangash or Skullbreaker's all dead and shit right now, which is a real bummer.
Yes.
I can get up. I can go crush Pete's flag. I can get up. I can go put Skullbreaker in Rangash's face. Because, why not? Do I love that matchup? I'm okay with it. Because Rangash really has one attack into Skullbreaker. Skullbreaker obviously only has one attack into Rangash, but Skullbreaker's built to only have one attack, so it's not like it really lessens his options. I'm much happier with that than say maybe a Rangash into Lily eating all those bandits, doing all that damage. Because even if Skullbreaker eats a bandit, or Rangash eats a bandit, he's at a 4. It's still, I think the odds are slightly in my favor at that point. For it to hit a 4 is 45%. So not terrible, not great. What I am thinking about, those goblins are just a complete, absolute nightmare for me. What I'm thinking about is moving the rangers and then pulling this hex here so that Skullbreaker, my god, all these reds, can stand up and claim. Then that means Styx is going to have to come get it for the most part. Your dogs cannot get there. So, neither can Pete, unless he ults. So, I'm going to make you send Styx over there, if at all possible. Also, Lily has 4 movement right now, so she can come and just immediately crush Styx's banner. That leaves this for Lorsan. And what the fuck are we going to do with Rangash's banner? The question here is, do I say, or I can put Lily here, and that's going to be sort of looking at Rangash's banner. And that just is going to be a lot of work for Lily. Because Rangash is pretty scary right there. These hound placements really good because I really would like Lily to be here. I could get her to here, which means I can put her in crushing range here. I can put her here. So here's the defensive play. She's got forced movement. She comes here. We Wall of Thorns here. Rangash can't get to her. And then as long as I wait for this, which will eventually have to happen, I can kind of crush this with a little bit more safety. I can either then try to push him back or whatever. He can't quite. You'll have to either move the hounds, and I don't mind the hounds into Lily so much. Much like with the tooth bears,
Mm-hmm.
It's not a great thing. So if I go, okay, the banner crushing is going to go, Skullbreaker to here, crush Styx banner, Lorsan to here, maybe no less armor on Styx, and then Lily to here. I set myself up to crush all of your banners and actually crush one.
Mm-hmm.
I have none down of my own, and you still have 5 extra points, but you have 2 pretty wounded champions.
Yeah.
And if I can prevent So now, but then, and then also I have Styx with maybe lessened armor there, or Lorsan with an extra damage dice, depending on how I want to buff that. I have Styx sitting right next to those tooth bears. So Styx is not going to be in a great position here.
Sure.
For a lot of his life goals. I have Sneaky Pete at 3, which maybe means I want to take the Lorsan damage boon instead. I'm going to have Skullbreaker in the mix. So now I have to kill your shit to try to balance this out, and I pretty much have to kill it with with my reds for those bonus points. Because I'm not going to get the extra points from claiming. So, bit of a bummer for me all the way around. But I think that that's how I have to play this, because that's really my only chance at this stage, which I don't love, but it is what it is. So, Lorsan is going to go. She's going to move 2 to here. So now she's within range of Pete, and she's going to field instruction herself. We're looking at trying to get this kill shot in on Pete. Skullbreaker is going to stand up. He's going to take this awesome place next to Styx, but we got to get these banners off the board.
Yep.
Lily is going to so instead of putting Lily all the way over here next to Rangosh, I think I'm going to Earth Call this to here.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not going to. So what I was thinking is I had 3 actions, which is great.
How'd you get?
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I can do that, but I think I have to. I think that's the only way I can do it. Just Lily is just going to be in so much damage zone here for doing this, but she also wants to be around people, but she's going to come to here, I guess. And then when she moves here, he is going to drop a damage boon here. And then I guess she'll drop an armor boon.
Okay.
Great. Then we're going to Earth Call these Thornlings. They're going to take these. So we're going to try to set up some defenses. Going to try to punish Rangosh as much as possible here for those things. She's going to call. So I like these kind of backstopping. Well, they can't backstop, actually. Motherfucking. And because you can alt on Skullbreaker if you want. Push him backwards, try to get rid of some of the crushing ability. You can alt on Lorsan, to try to stop her from doing this stuff as well. But either one of those guys that you pick, I'm pretty sure I can still get to this banner. You have to choose one. You probably can't kill them both.
Yeah.
I'm probably getting to that banner regardless.
Right.
So these guys will come here and here. We'll come here. And then they're going to try Entangling Thorns Rangosh. What I don't want is Rangosh getting all the way back up into this middle bit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could have tried to Tangling Thorns Pete before I moved them, but a 4 and a 5 doesn't feel great to me. So yeah, like Rangosh might be trying to deal with Lily, but it feels like he's going to have to really stomp his way around over here. He can't pull her closer, so he has to you have to move the hounds and then do this, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to try to Tangling Thorns Rangosh for 6.
Yep.
Great. There it is. So that's Movement Blight on him. Junk, junk, junk. Then these Mistwood Rangers are going to work on grouping up. And they are going to try and Fairy Fire Sticks. We just want to make it as easy as possible for ourselves to kill him. There it is. So that's minus armor.
Yes.
They also had all the other boons that they already have this, so not great there. Skullbreaker is already gone, and now it's the Tooth Bears. The Tooth Bears pretty much like where they are. They can right now get to Pete. They can get to Styx, but Lorsan can also get around them with her 3 movement to the flag. So it's not really hindering her, and she's in a good place where she can get to Pete and Styx. Styx is side slash though. I guess this guy can move up too. And he's gonna move. He's gonna move to here. He's just gonna sort of look at getting back to. We'll see. We'll wait for that. Anyway, they're there. They are all grouped up really nicely for this, and they're going to try and Feral Howl Sticks. So that's 5 to hit a 4.
Yeah.
Which they do not do.
No.
Good job, guys. This guy's just going to move up here. I don't really care if I lose him. So I could put him here too and just make you he's basically at this point a blocking piece. Because he's not, you have so much high dodge that it's not super worth it. I mean, maybe I care if I give you a free eat on him, but also once you kill him, I can recruit him back with his buddies. He's a lot happier there. And then one of these Tooth Bears is just going to go here. Which is to sort of prevent you, if you wanted to move over and try to just take a swing at Lorsan. It's just going to prevent Styx from getting right exactly there.
Right.
So these guys are all still. So the question here is, did I want to save them here so they can all try to hit Pete as a group? Or do I, which is a 6-5, or do I want to try to play it a little bit more cautiously? I'm just going to do this because Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure, regardless, I can get damage into Styx.
Right.
And then that's the turn.
Okay. Well played. Yeah, I was basically my strategy this turn was to get as many claim points as I could while preventing your claim points, and then make you fight uphill with some champion kills, which you did queue up really well. So I think we're going to focus largely on the center of the board. On the side, Rangosh is okay hanging out and kind of waiting for you. He can't do much to. He'd rather hang back and wait for Lily to move, and then react, and just park next to his banner. So there's no way to really save my banners. It's just about punishing you for taking them, because you're going to be in range. You're going to be able to move your own Thornlings and then just swoop in and take that. I don't have any way of blocking that, really. And then this one, again, yeah, either of these champs can find their way over there pretty easily. So whichever one I block is the other one's just going to go. So it's not about that. Like I said, it's about punishing you. So it's really about who's up first over here. Probably Styx or Pete. I'm wondering if it's Styx. Because what I could do. So Styx has his ult. Styx has an attack. Pete has an attack. Between those, what's the best distribution? I've got Skullbreaker next to Styx. You never really want to just start next to Skullbreaker because he can use either of his buffs as well as his Jawblade and just really get a big hit on you. I'd rather force you to use the ult if you're going to get the bonus, additional dice, than just stand next to you and let you have it. So because of that, I think that Styx is going to go first. This might be a little premature, but I'm going to go ahead and use his ult on Skullbreaker and just kick you out there for a second time this turn. I get no points for it. That's okay. I'm almost maxed anyway. That's going to force you to use his ult if you want to get something big out of him. And then Styx's second action is he's going to take a swing at one of these tooth bears to hopefully reduce their efficacy. So Scythe Slash on one of these guys for a 5/5. 4 will hit. And then your damage. That will kill one. That's also a minus damage on them, so they're not going to do as much into whoever their victim is. And I get that last step to max the ladder on my side, and that is Styx. Now here comes the painful retaliation.
Well, right now, Lorsan is like, well, do I kill Pete? So who am I sending Lorsan at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is sort of the question here. She's going to get this banner regardless. That has to be done. I want to do it before you have any... Basically, for the most part, I play like if you can crush a banner, you fucking should. Because everybody is... There's lots of there's lots of unforeseen things that your opponent's going to do to try to make that difficult. And I have been the victim and have seen it done where people assume they can get to a banner and then something wild happens and then you just can't do it. Because you still have Pete's ult, right? You decide, hey, I really want this turn. I'm going to do this. I mean, you're up a lot, so we'll see. But I'm pretty sure I can get... I'm pretty sure I can kill both your champions here. The one between Pete and Styx. So I guess Lorsan's gonna take a swing at Pete because he has the higher dodge. And she's gonna roll more dice. I'm gonna say, oh, maybe the Mistwood Rangers, if I need to, they can, or the Tooth Bears can like go take a swing at Styx. But you know, they're really gonna want to try to get rid of Pete, and so she's gonna take a swing at Pete for an 8-5.
Yes.
That is a hit. And then 5 dice of damage.
Oof. Oh, yeah.
That's killed.
That'll do.
That's gonna shoot and scooter to here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 step for you.
And then we're just gonna push Pete. I feel like I want him as far away from these hexes as possible. So I'm gonna push him. Also, now we know that Lorsan is gonna come up here to crush. So she's gonna end up probably here. I don't want Pete to be able to pull her. Also these red bandits. So I can go 1, 2, 3 back to here if she wants to try to stay safer. I can go 1, 2, 3 up to here. The red bandits can then shoot her. So I think she's gonna go. So what I'm saying is I do that math first and then try to decide where I want to push Pete, right? Because if he's here, then if I know that she's gonna come back here, then I want to try to push him further away from that. Or if she's coming up here, then I just push him straight back. So she doesn't want to end up next to the red bandits or the sneaky stabbers. So I think Pete's just gonna go this way. But I also want to make it so that you're not totally over here.
Yeah, just jumping lanes.
Exactly. So there's that, and then Lorsan's gonna come up to here and crush Pete's banner.
Okay.
And that's Lorsan.
Oh,
did you give me the 5
I
points?
did.
Yep, great.
Yep. Okay. Okay, so now, yeah, Pete has gone down. He's probably not doing much this phase. So, yeah, he's not. Lorsan's out of range to pull. He's probably going to end up just standing up and moving, so he's in no rush. 6 is gone. As mentioned, I'm not really trying to protect this banner. And now I would like to get some additional kill points. So basically, you're likely to kill Styx. I'm not certain, but likely between the Mistwood Rangers and the Tooth Bears. That's going to pick you up another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to put it right back at the line. So I want to pick up some steps here where I can, just to make sure that stays on my side. So I think what I might do is go with the dogs, because they're going to be better at attacking followers, and I'm not chipping. I'm not in the business of chipping champions right now. So let's go dogs. Let's attack one of these Thornlings. It's a pretty good target for them. And that can also reduce your dice when the Thornlings are shooting Rangosh. So we're going to attack these Thornlings. First one misses. Wow.
Yep.
That hits.
Yep.
And that hits. So 4 dice on, what's it, 4 armor right now?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Would have been nice to get all 3. No.
Do you know what you do?
What'd I do?
You strip the boon.
Yes.
Look at that.
They did strip the boon. Okay. Okay, so then there's no way to really use them to block Lily. There's no banners for them to be ripping to shreds, so they're going to come this way. We're going to come this way. And this way. And we're going to bleed some Thornlings off, just again to mess with your dice. Cost you some actions. And I think that's the... Is there a better place for this hound? What's he going to do here? One doesn't make a big difference. They'll be here. You always want to keep the hounds relatively close to each other for when they're going to be trying to tear down banners. And it's nice to be near sticks, so we'll stay there. All right.
Nice. So now we have to answer the sticks question.
Yep.
Of whether or not we can kill this dude. So there's multiple ways to do this. Like the sneaky stabbers can come and hand out accuracy blights. So I probably want to get that done as soon as possible. And right now the Mistwood Rangers are pretty well grouped up for this. The Tooth Bears, if they get that accuracy blight, they already have a damage blight on them. You know, it's going to be 5 into 4.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not great. Unless, yeah, that's basically like what I can do is 5 into 4 there. The Mistwood Rangers have, right now they can have a 6, which they will do. So the Mistwood Rangers, I just want to make sure that I kill Sticks. I just need him dead.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that I can even have a chance at this ladder here. So they're going to aim, and they are going to fire at Sticks for 6/6 because he's a wounded champion.
Yep.
That is a hit.
Ooh, yep.
And that'll kill him.
Yep. So he had minus armor, and that's going to do it.
That would one-shot him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're basically back to the beginning. Rangosh still has this up.
Yep.
And that is them.
Okay. So now, as 6 is down, but you don't get to push him.
Yep.
Okay. So, as mentioned, we need to. Yeah, we're back to the beginning. So now we're really about who can get those little steps.
Kind of about
Lily's
health,
obviously. Lily's doing no damage. She's probably crushing. Skullbreaker's doing no damage. My Stabber's doing no damage, and the Pete is probably doing no damage. Pete's doing no damage unless somebody wants to sit next to him, hopefully.
That's Skullbreaker also has this type of eternal optimism.
Yes.
I'd like to come sit near me.
Come over here.
Child.
It'll be totally fine.
Exactly.
So that's a lot of units that are not going to be affecting the ladder at this point. So what I might do, so you could pick up one. You could potentially pick up one with the tooth bears. You could potentially pick up one or more with the thornlings.
Yeah.
So I want to maximize my steps here. Let's go with I think I might actually go with Rangosh. Maybe not. Bandits would love to get 2 attacks out of the bandits, but that requires somebody adjacent. I can shoot one of them and pick them off. I could shoot this tooth bear and pick one of them off. I'm wondering if it's good to use Rangosh to get just 2 followers, just to get those steps. Which I think is what I'm going to do. That doesn't chip anything into Lily, but I'd rather lean into winning the turn. And you could potentially push Rangosh, and then he's not getting anything. So let's prevent that. So Rangosh is going to whiplash this Thornling. For 5 dice. Should hit. It does. And then I've already got a plus on this from the first turn, so it's going to be 6 dice to try to hit that 3 armor.
A sawdust sandwich.
That's right. There it is. So Thornling down. And 1 step. And I've used that boon. And now he's going to Jawbreaker this tooth bear. He's going to eat a bandit for it. Get that extra die. I'm rolling 4 to hit 4. Not great. But it's the best use of my action. Yeah.
You did it.
Got it. And now way overpowered. 7 dice. Yeah.
Oh boy.
That'll pick off the tooth bear, give me that extra step. That makes it nice and difficult for you. And that is Rangosh.
So here, I think with that move, which was very smart because I was going to kill that dog.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, do I care about this turn anymore?
Mm-hmm.
So the tooth bears and the thornlings. So I can probably kill that dog with these thornlings.
Yep.
Because I can move, I can group them, I can hit it. Lily can crush that. But then the question is, so I have to be able to kill something with these tooth bears.
Right.
And what the fuck is that going to be? I'm probably not going to hit a sneaky stabber. I'd love it if I did. I mean, the only way to even get there is this tooth bear comes here.
Right.
And then
is that 4 dice?
4 into a 5. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So not really sure that that's the way to go here. Lily can't kill anything. She can crush this banner. But now, do I really care about crushing that banner? Probably not, because I don't. I mean, I guess I could try for this And if it happens, then unless you kill something with these red bandits, which you have nothing, I guess you could get into range to shoot that tooth bear. I'd move him away. You don't have. Yeah, because you.
Yeah, that's my last remaining damage option.
So if I can put this tooth bear here,
which is why I didn't bring Wraith.
Huh?
But this is why I didn't bring Wraith and Red.
Why?
Because right here, if I had Wraith instead of sticks, I'd have a 1 fewer damage option.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to win this turn without using an alt. Because that would put you at an alt deficit. You've invested in alt. I have all of mine, especially Styx' alt. I'm happy to get that out of the way. This is just a dice rolling thing. Or the question is, do I want to get Skullbreaker up, move him back, and then recruit those dudes?
Get more tooth bears clustered up.
That's right. Because then they're gonna have to have a recruit in the next phase. So I think I am going to abandon this turn right now and set myself up for turn 3. And because I've decided that what that means is I am going to recruit a tooth bear. And then actually I won't do tooth bears right now. We'll do Thornlings. So the Thornlings will do I want to recruit or move? Whatever. Whoops. Or Sprout. I guess Sprout would give them a 5 into his 4. This is like the tricky game you play with Thornlings. Do I want
trying to maximize your
6 in a 4? Or do I want a 5 into 4? Yeah, exactly. That'd be dope. I mean, hey, if they one-shot Rangosh.
That's true.
You know? There's then my plan is entirely different.
Yeah.
But I'd like to chip some damage into him. You're going to be coming back at full health with everybody. So I guess they will recruit. They have a damage boon here anyway.
Yeah.
So they'll recruit, and we'll just take the more sure thing, which obviously can still miss.
Hits, but you don't get your bonus.
If I had just taken one less dice.
It's gonna be the turning point in the game right here.
Yeah, exactly. And then I get 4 because they have a damage. Jesus.
Hey, great. Only 1.
Garbage for me, and then that's them.
Cool. All right, so the fact you took a shot at Rangosh there and didn't move them out of the way of Lily tells me that you've thrown this turn, even if you hadn't already told me out loud. So now I know that I've got this one, and I should also start summing up for next turn. Which means I want to start chipping some damage. I think that... So you've got Skullbreaker. He's likely to stand up and just get back in the middle. You've got Tooth Bearers. They're going to reposition and recruit. They're probably not going to do much damage. I don't want to give them any good targets. but I don't think anything I would particularly do is going to do that. Let's go ahead and just go with the with Pete. It's inconsequential. You could move over. You can't get to him. Can't block him. Yeah, let's just do Pete, and he wants to just get up and head back toward the middle. Like that. Actually, now that I say that, I'm noticing that Lily could get in there and be a problem for him. I'm going to not do that. I'm going to do let's do the Red Bandits. Red Bandits are going to recruit back here to replenish my food pool. And then these three are going to take a shot at Lorsan. Shoot, which is 5 dice, but I've got a plus to my accuracy, so it's 6. There it is. That'll hit. And then I've got my 4 damage dice, which is not bad. Used my boon. 4 not bad on 1 armor. Unless you roll 1, then it's very bad. That's the that's the bandits.
Yeah. So right now, I basically I'm going to save Lily for last because I want to see what you do with Pete.
Yeah.
I want to see where I want to be with all of this stuff. I'm thinking about these things. I liked where the tooth bears were right next to Styx. This really, they felt pretty good about hitting him. The tooth bears are going to recruit here. And they're just all going to move up to here. They're just going to form just yet another little cluster of fuck you Styx. And then that's their turn.
Cool. All right, closing it out here. Yeah, Pete can kind of hang back. Let's see, I like having a stabber next to Lorsan for accuracy purposes. And I've got these guys. Irritate. Let's go ahead. Have the stabbers move closer because they're not doing anything over there. Next phase, this lane is pretty much not happening. I doubt Skullbreaker's heading that way. So these guys are going to clump up and they're going to try to irritate the tooth bearers because it's always helpful when the tooth bearers miss. And it's the best use of their time right now. So 5 dice on that. 3. Nope. A lot of whiffs over here. That's the stabbers.
So Skullbreaker's going to get up. He is actually going to go here.
He is heading that way.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now, he is going to come down here because you cannot block him.
Yeah.
From planting there.
Yeah.
And he has 3 movement in the next, so I can even go here, here,
I wasn't
or here
to
claim. So there's no way that
not
you
really
get
possible to block him.
And your dogs can't get there. And good fucking luck, Sticks. So
nice.
This feels like to me at this juncture, I get a free banner.
Yep.
Because I'm going to lose this turn. That hex is not going away.
Yep.
And then I can decide first or second, whatever. But so I feel pretty good about that. So
Cool.
When you were like, Skullbreaker's not going that way, I was like, oh man, he totally
Or
is.
is he? All right. That surprises me a little bit because the fact that he's still packing his ult makes me feel like he wants to hang out where the targets are, but
Sure. 100%.
it's a viable strategy. You took a surprising turn. Okay, well I've just got Pete. Pete's gonna stand up. And where he's gonna go? He's gonna go toward the middle. I want him out of range of. Oh, the only thing you've got left is a Lily push, which would be annoying for him. 1, 2, 3. No matter where he goes, he's vulnerable to that. It's not avoidable. So he's just inching closer to where he wants to be, and that is Pete.
Right. So here I have to think about what are we going to do with next turn. I'm pretty telegraphing what exactly Skullbreaker is going to do.
Yep.
He's going to plant and claim. Because I also have to play. I have to win next turn because you're going to win this turn.
Yes.
So, but then that means if I do win next turn, I want to. So I'm okay with saving the Skullbreaker ult if I have to.
Sure.
But now I have to worry about Sneaky Pete ult in terms of crushing.
Mm-hmm.
Pete cannot get over there. I guess let's see, if Pete went, if Pete leapt to here, and somehow moved to here, and then what's the range of?
You're talking about the far side where Skullbreaker's
Yeah.
Yeah, so he go 1, 2, 3.
I mean, 2.
So if he could.
So if straight line for Pete, right? If say nobody else is here, 1, 2, 3, 2, and then if Skullbreaker, no, because Skullbreaker would have to be sitting there for him to get to here. Oh, I guess he could go 1, and then if Skullbreaker's here.
Yeah, and then ult onto it. Yeah, it would definitely involve his ult if he was getting over there.
But also would involve him moving through things that he can't move through right now.
Yes, yeah. He's going to have a hard time. It's very unlikely he's getting over there.
He'd need to end here. Pounce. All of his actions would have to go into this.
Yes.
Walk. Ult.
Yep.
3. Pounce. Walk. And then Skullbreaker would have to be sitting here for him to do that.
Yeah.
Anyway. So Lily sort of wants to claim over here. She feels pretty good about that. So the question is, do we try and push Rangosh and then push him some more to over here? Do we try to get... She doesn't really want to be... so close to him. Not super great for her. And what we would like to do is, I would love to be able to push Pete. She'd love to come to here and push Pete. That would be super great. Because if she could get a 2-hex push off onto Pete,
yeah, then he's nowhere.
Is really going to struggle on this next. Lorsan's not feeling great with all this nonsense here. She's also hasn't taken any damage. Did she take damage from the Red Bandits?
She did not. They missed. Right. Oh, they got the 1 damage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So she's like, well, if the goblins are coming for her,
the heroic bandits.
Yeah, well,
coming and doing nothing.
But you're set up pretty well to sort of punish her, and Lily would like to try and save her. Not sure if that's possible. So, and here's the thing too, is like what Lily would like to do is be able to move both Rangosh and Pete. Ideal world, but she can't do that, right? No way. So Rangosh still has a speed blight on him, which is nice for us.
Yeah.
I guess she's just gonna try and push Rangosh. So Lily's gonna try and she also has 4 movements, so she could get to wherever she wants, really. Probably wants to be. She could get to here. She could get to here and push P if she wanted to. But she doesn't. She doesn't care for all this noise up here. So where does Lily really think she wants to claim? Lily probably wants to claim here as much as possible. So she's going to try to make that harder for Rangosh for next turn. So she's going to see if she can Haunting Melody Rangosh with 6.
Mhm.
She's going to eat a bandit before, so she gets, no, just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's
just been watching. She's been watching
exactly.
Rangosh, and she becomes carnivorous.
Exactly. So she just wants Rangosh as far from the action as possible.
Yeah.
Here.
Cool. Yeah.
Sorry, I should be saying all these things out loud. So Lily's looking at, hey, what I really like is separating sticks from the dogs, right? This is cool.
Sure.
Because then they can't do the extra, they can't.
Extra movement.
Right, exactly. So right now you have 1 dog, and this is basically the reverse math of what you just did.
Yep.
You have 1 dog within 4, so they can do that. Because Lily thinks, hey, this is going to be a problem for me. I don't want the possibility of the dogs getting to this banner.
Mhm.
So do I try and push this dog further away from sticks so that it's and maybe even away from the other dog? So or push this dog like further out here. So then even if you he'll never get 2 movement here unless you
Yeah.
You can't. So this dog is the only one that will be able to at that juncture.
Mm.
She can't really do that. Does she want to set herself up for this? Probably she has a speed boon. And what I'd love to do, but I do not have the range, is to Haunting Melody this red bandit and push Rangosh back 1 more.
Right. Or Visage, right?
But she can't do that. So what she is gonna do. So we're also thinking, next turn I think I want to try to barrier off some of this stuff. With that, so I like this space between Rangosh and the hexes. You have nicely placed bandits here, so I would love to just make a wall there. But I can't. So Lily is going to drop plus accuracy. Oh no, I guess we'll drop plus accuracy. This is tough. She's gonna be here with Rangosh regardless. She doesn't love it. I am probably gonna take this hex away. So Lily is probably gonna end up here. Or here, probably, so then she can build her little wall of thorns so I can get around your nonsense. With these bandits.
Yep.
Probably going to take this hex too. Definitely not touching that one. Because I just want to have, I would take these 2. So if she wants to do that, she's probably going to get hit by something. So she'll probably just drop armor here. She'll move up to here.
Okay.
That strips this, and then that's the end of this round.
Cool.
A lot of wobbly back and forth. You.
Yeah, that one's mine. Got the banner. Worked out how I wanted. And you get to delete 2.
So I'm going to delete this one.
Yeah.
Because I do want to try and like build a little bit of a thornling wall here. Maybe I won't though, because I can lily alt onto here.
You can.
And so I might do that instead and still be able to
Okay.
build my little thing. And then so if that's the case, then I'm going to take this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you claiming anywhere that I can't get to.
Yep.
Go to your home. And then I'm probably going to go first.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go
If you want to
first.
alt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you want to make use of that positioning. All right, over to you.
So also because of just like this nonsense and all this other stuff, yada yada. Cool. So I think Lily. So first, before I do anything here, I'm thinking, are the thornlings in any place to hit somebody that I want to hit before I rearrange them? Because I have this group of 3. Do I want to put minus speed on the bandits who have speed of 2? In this phase, what are the bandits going to do? I can make them be 1. Because I don't want them. I'd love it if they don't get close enough to ambush anybody this turn. Who else? If the wall of thorns here, they can't quite get to Pete, which would be nice. I would love that. The dogs. I could wall of thorns the dog, or not wall of thorns. I could tangling thorns. The dogs. I don't know if that's quite as helpful. Maybe the dogs were already like movement impairing the dogs by trying to keep them away from sticks. So I'm just going to try to double down on that because I feel like anytime you have a weakness, if you can exploit it, you're better off than taking away something that's good. So they'll go first, and they will give the dogs a speed blame.
You got it.
Then they will do this.
It's deep roots.
Yeah. And that's them.
Okay.
So now Lily is going to claim. Because she claimed she's going to drop a minus damage there.
Okay. Under the banner.
Correct. And then she's going to alt.
Actually, can you do...
What?
I don't know if you can do it like that.
So I'd have to alt first, I think.
I think you have to alt first, but you can still do it.
Claim on it. If I
because it has to be empty, right? The wording is empty hex.
I don't. Yeah. I think.
And the banner. Yeah, you can still do it. It's just backwards. You just storm wall first. Yeah.
Sure. So she's gonna.
Because the boon has to be placed into an empty hex, and the banner makes it not empty.
Here. So she's gonna thorn wall. Like this. And then she's gonna drop minus damage. And then she is going to... Motherfucker, I did it again.
No, that'll work. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
So that's her. Now, I have to be aware of these dogs and the torn to shreds. Also, the dog's passive can move these fucking thornlings. So kind of a nightmare, but the dogs only have speed of 1 right now. And if I need to defend Lily's banner, I'm pretty sure, I can probably kill Abyssal Hound number 2 and push one of them. So part of me is hoping you sink a bunch of resources into getting the dogs into that, but we'll see. And then, so, yeah, you gave me the points for that. I get spoiled playing with you because you're so good at the scorekeeping. And then Lorsan. Doesn't love being in range of Pete. So she wants to, so here you can obviously like move up to him. No problem. She has movement 2 this round. So she is going to move 2 here. And then she is going to claim.
Okay. There's your 1 step.
Yep. Now I know that that's going to let Styx either wake up and claim or wake up and do that. But I also feel like Lorsan can get there. This is limiting how much exposure she's going to have to the sneaky stabbers.
Yes.
I'm about to try to like wall her off here. So if she does, so Pete can get to her. But we're gonna try to make that as hard as possible and make it so that she doesn't take a double hit, if possible, from the sneaky stabbers and Pete. So yes, I understand that I'm leaving this open for this. We'll have to deal with that at a later point. Her shoot and scoot or something like this.
Right.
So Skullbreaker is going to come here. Go here. Either way, he's sort of vulnerable to those sneaky stabbers. But I feel like the sneaky stabbers have a lot to do. So, so he's going to claim as well. So that's another. Here we go. Did I do the points right? I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving myself double.
Get that one, yeah. Started. Green banner. 2 more banners, yeah.
And then the Tooth Bears are going to recruit. And then they're going to move. So 1, 2. Like so. And we're just going to try to make it so Lorsan gets a little bit more protection.
Lorsan lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's her. Then we just have the Mistwood Rangers. They already have their blur on. They can verify someone, but they cannot move. They are stuck as part of this Lorsan defense. So, they would love to be able to hit Styx, but that's just not the case. I guess they'll fairy fire. I'm not really gonna maybe ever try to hit a sneaky stabber because it would take up such a big effect of mine.
Yeah.
So do I care? Otherwise they would go for a red bandit, but they can't get it, so fuck it. They're just gonna. I guess this guy could move over one. They're happy we're there. They'll try to fairy fire that just for practice. The sneaky stabber. For 5. Archery practice. There you go.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Absolutely.
Good dice. All right, that's me.
What's the effect of that? That was
minus armor.
Yeah.
That's the thing they fear the most.
No.
Yeah.
That really that whatever they're using for armor. I guess a loincloth. That's the armor. All right. Yeah. All right. Well, that's very well done. That's a big pain in the ass. I do.
I always ask you, like, what's the most annoying?
What's the most annoying thing? Lorsan's positioning and the wall around her is the most annoying thing. That's really forcing me to change what I was planning to do. Because I was going to send Stabbers and Pete into Lorsan and try to hammer her this turn.
Yeah.
But the bulk of those attacks are in the plot phase, and that's not going to happen right now. So reconsidering, I want to take this turn to win the game. If I give you this turn, we're going to end up in a back and forth the next couple turns. So with Lorsan way the hell over there, I am going to change my plans a little bit. I really have to concede Skullbreaker's banner. I can't conceivably get over there. Pete's my fastest, and he's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. If he used everything and Skullbreaker didn't move, I could run him over there and maybe take out that banner. But that's a lot of maybes, and it's going to leave him in range of Lorsan the whole time. I'm actually going to take this opportunity. There's a possibility I'll lose this turn. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Pete in the other direction. I'm going to change lanes, and I'm going to get away from Lorsan with Pete. And I'm going to go, because she's over here, and it's not worth dumping attacks into her. Based on that position, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and Pete is going to. I can leap or I can ult. The difference being, do I want to save my ult for later? Let's go for it. Let's go ahead and let's ult, and I'll take out this banner. I'm gonna go for it. Try to get this turn. That's a minus damage. That's okay. And so that's going to end up with 5 dice. 6 to hit you, and then 5 damage. I should maybe have been a little more conservative there and hung onto that ult, but of course I should have, because I missed. I get nothing out of it. All right, I did get rid of that banner. That's Pete.
So he still has that damage blade.
Here, right, he does. Yuck. Okay, where there's that, Rangosh is going to go the other way. 1, 2, 3. And channel Rage. Actually, he's only going 2 because he's got that speed plate. Kind of went all in last turn, and I'm not getting the most out of this right now. There's Rangosh. The Red Bandits are going to ambush one of these Thornlings. It's an easy target. It'll reduce your dice. You don't have a lot of options for rearranging them now that you've got them planted. So the bandits get 4 dice. 3, that'll do it. It'll take out 1 Thornling. 1 step back for me. And then we'll go ahead and take some accuracy. That's them. Then... well, Styx is going to get up, and he's going to... actually, he's going to claim. Reason being, he gets his bonus point, and Lorsan's actually going to have a hard time doing anything about that with her own banner in the way. Then Lily also does not have the speed for it. So that's going to be helpful in balancing the banners. Oh, sorry, the bandits. I jumped around. The bandits attacked, and they didn't move. 1, 2. I'm sorry, that's a mistake on my part. The Styx went. They've gone. I've got hounds and these guys. Pete went. Hounds and stabbers. Hounds and stabbers. Hounds. Nope. They could try to get to this banner, but it's going to be impossible to get 2 of them over there. Or it's not likely. They would love to get over here. That's not possible. So they're going to be biting and dragging right now. Lily's a bad target for them. I could box Lily in. Prevent her running from Pete. Which is maybe the best use of my time. Let's do that. 1 and 1, because that's all they have. And then they will, that uses their blight. They'll howl her as well with 5 dice. Try and reduce those pushes. That'll hit. Minus accuracy. And there's no one useful for them to drag. That leaves the stabbers. The stabbers would love to attack Lorsan, but they can't. So, do I take out a Toothbearer, or do I head for Skullbreaker, who's back at full? Oh, the Toothbearers are more likely to be a problem this turn. So let's take care of them. They're definitely going to be swinging at Styx, and I would prefer if they missed. So let's try a Toothbearer and go ahead with the 7-4. That's going to hit. Damage is 3. That'll do it. The Central Toothbearer, yeah, he's out. And then they'll move. What's the most annoying place for them to be? Let's go like this and prevent you from clumping up. This one would like to be near 1. I would like to get it over near Lily to get the extra dice from Pete. He's out of range. So, yeah, we'll just get closer. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Truly doesn't matter. And then these guys are bothering those guys. And that's that.
All right. Well, Lily feels like she's in a whole world of hurt.
Yes.
Really hates that. So she is going to try to Haunting Melody all these red bandits for 6 dice. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So these red bandits are going to go here and here and here. We're going to see if we can sort of box in
Mm-hmm.
Rangosh a little bit with them, or
Mhm.
make him at least move them first
Yep.
if he wants to do anything. And with that, I think she'll take a plus. Oh, no. Armor, because she's probably going to get swung at a bunch. And, oh, she already had the plus armor. So she doesn't need that. Oh, she would have rolled one less dice. Do you want me to redo that? I didn't
Oh,
say.
because that, I forget what you rolled. You rolled a
Right
lot, didn't you?
here.
That's, you got that. That's, I'll
Okay.
let you have that one.
Now the question is, do I want to run up here? Or like over towards here? She's really sort of in the way of these bandits and Rangosh.
Mhm.
Or am I trying to get like out here? It's a very bad position
Mhm.
for her. But it sort of limits her to a Pete attack and the dogs.
Mhm.
Um, so I guess we'll go. So if she dies out here, she's out of the next round.
Yeah.
You just push her out here. She sort of wakes up and can get back to here, and then she's out. And also, let's assume that I win this round. If I can crush this banner, I have a pretty good chance. So I really don't want her to be super fucked. Also, you're going to have those guys right there. So Lily is going to, maybe I just try and push Rangosh, because it sort of gets him a little bit. I mean, sure, he can alt. This is all look like. Move him 2 hexes so he can move before that. If I push him, like say, let's push him away from this dude. So he moves 1. He still has to do it there. Can't place any wounds on her. I'm either gonna try to push Rangosh, or I run away. I don't know, somewhere where I only take the damage from Pete. Pete has to do some work to like get
Mhm.
that in on me. Right, so maybe I go to here. Pete has to use movement and jump, and I'm still here. And then, I think I can probably get away from that, or I make you pull me into here. Because I think Lily has to stay around here, because I don't think those are the hexes that are going away. I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one. if you win. But that limits my exposure to Rangosh as well. So I'm going to hope. So she'll take a plus speed, because we're going to be all the way out there in the fucking boonies.
Mhm.
She'll go to here. I guess she's going to go to here. So you either have to move or pull.
Mhm.
Spend one of your actions, and we'll see. You can get some dog action into her too. But if she's not sitting here taking all of this nonsense and right there next to Rangosh, because then she's dead for sure.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, this is tricky. I feel like I've got you pretty well jammed up in the middle and limited your options. You're going to need to pull the trigger on something. I want to leave the middle as it is because I like how Lorsan is blocked from the banner currently, and I like how the Tooth Bears can't group up in a useful way. So I'm going to keep the middle how it is, which means we're over on the side with Pete and friends. So what's the best use of our time over here? I think. If I do. I think I do the sneaky stabbers first. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sneak from here to here and then move one. That gives me room to pull you toward me and also gives me extra accuracy with Pete. So that's just going to set me up for success down the line.
So I have some problems here, and the problem is Lily. I don't know how much you can hit her, but you can probably kill her.
Yeah.
If you dump enough resources into it. Okay, fine.
I'm going to try.
I bet you will. That's really your win condition here. So I kind of have to kill Styx
Yeah.
to even this out. Like right now, if you kill her, yeah. So I basically have to kill Styx. So I'm like the thing I'm looking at here. Well, I don't think I can save Lily. I don't know. I guess I could get insane with the Thornlings. I could sprout and take a 5-4 shot at Pete. And then I guess maybe that helps save her. But really, still, she's got a lot of things happening for her, which are not is not great. So do I just abandon this shit over here and hope Lily's dodge does it? I'm pretty sure I can get to this. I can get to your banner. I'm not super worried about that. Lorsan has 3 movement.
Yeah.
I can hit that.
Yes.
No problem. The question is, and I don't think Styx doesn't feel scary enough with size slash. I don't think he can one shot her. I mean, he might be able to. But also, if she can land an arrow on him, she can shoot and scoot, and so she can go this way. I'm gonna try to pull her this way, so that Styx can't take a shot at her. He's gonna have to come this way to crush the banner. The question is here: do I try and use the Mistwood Rangers to kill this sneaky stabber so that I can get a few? I need Skullbreaker to be able to get. I really need 2 wounds on somebody. I need to move Skullbreaker further than he can move right now. So there's a lot of shit that I have to do that I need a lot of things to go right here. And I need Lily to live, but I'm not entirely sure how that happens. I mean, I guess the dogs can struggle into her, sure. You know, Pete won't kill her. I don't think. But Rangosh might. So, yeah. So that's just a real problem for me. One that I'm going to ignore for now and and deal with it like a grown up. Uh, so I guess the Mistwood Rangers are gonna go.
Mhm.
I was thinking, well, do I try to take out the sneaky stabber? But I really just got to dump some damage into sticks. I have a 5. It's not really great. On a 4 dodge, this all feels so anxiety inducing. Yeah, even with 5 of them. I could
Yeah.
aim, but if I aim, I can't
Then
get
you're
that better.
boxing.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So here we go. Whew.
Oh,
So
you got it.
now, yep.
Don't get your bonus die, but
No, because he's not wounded. I thought about that too, but
hey,
oh,
hey,
jeez.
hey.
Fuck you.
Okay. Everything's coming up
Great.
Stick's house.
Yeah. Guess they'll move. Man, I gotta not fuck them up for next turn. If there's a next turn.
Yeah, who says there's.
Yeah, but I also need them not to be sticks fodder either.
Right.
So, and I need them not to feed the dogs. So I guess we'll go here.
Cool. All right.
Yep, and that is the Mistwood Rangers. Fucking thanks, guys.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of your math here. I think both of these banners in the middle are probably lost causes. And I'm going to need Lily to go down while Sticks lives. So to that end, it's time for Pete. I want to pull
I bet you
Lily
do.
closer to me. If I can pull that off, it will make a big difference. In terms of
Be a lot
who can
cooler
get
if you didn't.
who can get to her. So I've got my annoy. It's 5 dice. I do get my bonus stabber for just this reason, and we'll see if I can hit that 4 with 6. That's not a roll. Like disregard. There's a real roll. Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Got her. Yoink.
Ever. Fuck.
She's up close now. Okay. Now I will backstab her with the same 6 dice. Come on now. 4. Yes. Whew, that hits. Right? She doesn't.
Yes,
Yeah.
she takes.
That hits.
She
She
takes
gets
2.
an auto wound.
Oh yeah. So 7, 5, 4. So she's at 4 now.
Yeah, and then I get the 5 dice of damage, but I've got a minus from my blight.
Oh shit. Yeah, right. Right, got it.
So I'm actually rolling 4 on 2 right
Yeah.
now.
I thought that was the damage roll. I forgot you.
Worse than normal.
Oh, she gets the other one, so she's at 6 then.
Oh my
Oh,
god, there we go.
that's
1,
even
2, 3, 4,
worse.
5.
3.
Yep, great.
Gross.
That's Pete. Thanks, Pete.
Absolutely terrible. Sorry, Lily, you're on your own. Lorsan is going to snipe Sticks. For 8. Cannot believe they did no damage.
Yeah, of course. Excellent.
Fuck.
Okay, so he's at 5.
That 2 armor is really doing stuff.
Yeah.
She's gonna shoot and scoot.
Huh?
And then she's just gonna move 1, 2,
Took that banner.
3 to here.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay. Well, now Styx might be in play because Lily's not going anywhere. What's that? You'd like her to be?
Really like all this to be over.
Yeah. I guess. So the question is, you could potentially try to block Lily in. No, you don't have any. Oh, you do have one, don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you try to wall her a bit with a Thornling.
I'm definitely gonna do that.
Of course. So do I need to do something before you do that? Or Styx is now within range of multiple tooth bearers instead of just one. He likes that a lot less, and he is trying to prevent Skullbreaker from getting anywhere near him. So do I allow that Lily Wall to get Styx out of the way? 1, 2. I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is yes. Because I think even if you throw one more Thornling in the way, I can still get to you just fine.
You think so?
I think so. Because, yes, we're talking out loud. So you throw one, you can't pull additionals off. You're just recruiting one back. So you're only going to take up one space here or here or here. Whatever's open, the hounds can still get in there for any of them. And you're no matter what you wall off, the red bandits are still going to be in range to shoot. And Rangosh will burn that bridge when he comes to it. He would prefer a more open lane, but we will, like I said, we'll worry about that later. Because I really don't want Skullbreaker in play. So I am going to go Styx. Maybe that's a mistake, but we're going to do it. So we're going to go. I think I want the one. So now the real question is, I'm going to crush this banner. I'm going to get myself out of range for the tooth bearers, or at least more than one tooth bearer. And then the question is, do I hit a tooth bearer and then move, or do I move and then hit Lorthan? I think I want the one step off the tooth bearer rather than the chip into Lorthan. Because I'm gonna bank on that Lily kill. What's gonna end up here? Okay, so if I get that Lily kill, it's gonna give me 4, but that's just gonna balance out. I need to pick up 2.
Yeah.
2 on top of that Lily kill.
Yep.
So yeah, all right. Well, 6 is not contributing to the Lily kill regardless. So let's begin a step. He's gonna hit the suit bearer. 5/5.
Oof,
Yes, he is. Minus damage, but they already have it. Here's the
have it.
damage. 2 was just enough. Takes him off. 1 step. 1, 2. Banner down. And that is Styx.
Well, shit. Well, guess I have to play a really dumb fucking game. Which is, right now, if you kill Lily, you with Rangosh only, you win.
Yeah.
So you have to kill Lily with Rangosh.
Yes, to get that extra.
I win this. Yes, because
Yes.
you need that bonus point.
Yep.
So if I can kill one of these two sneaky stabbers,
Hmm.
I can
Keep
try
it.
and offset some of that.
Yeah.
Shit. So I'm gonna have to go and do something really stupid like this and just move Skullbreaker here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna have to be Skullbreaker first, because what I want to do is I want to recruit next
To get another.
Skullbreaker to get 3 dudes onto this.
That won't get you 3 though. That'll get you 2. You have to recruit an attack.
Oh fuck, you're right. Well, yeah, it'll get me 2.
That'll get you 2.
Which will be as close as I can get.
Sure.
With these guys.
Yeah.
I can only get 2, and it's more efficacious than.
Yes.
But yeah. So I'm now gonna fucking use Skullbreaker in a way that I hate.
To kill a
Not only
stabber?
swing at a stupid minion, but to do it at not great odds.
It's 5 for 5, yeah?
Yeah.
No!
Holy shit.
Yeah. Dice might carry me on this one. Okay, I am needing to take out Lily now, so... yeah, it's time for the... What is it time for?
That was terrible.
The question is hounds or sorry, hounds are bandits. What's the better
Well, what's
order
your
of
thought process on it?
Right. So I can definitely run in with the hounds and get a bite at her. The odds are bad, but I'm gambling that I'll get one of the 3, and that'll be enough to get some damage into her. I also would kind of prefer to not use them yet and keep them back until after the Thornlings go, so I have options for dragging Thornlings away and making room for Rangosh. So because of that, I am going to start with the bandits. And these... So do I go for... I have 2 here. I can stab a Thornling, ambush a Thornling, almost certainly kill it, pick up a step, get a boon, and then shoot her, but I'm shooting her with 2 guys instead of 3, which give me 5 dice with my boon. Or I can move these 3, not take the ambush attack, cluster these 3, and have 6 dice. That is difficult. 5 to hit 4 is not great. 66%. What's that?
Just my Rangosh or my Skullbreaker roll.
Right. I'm gonna go for the more sure thing. I want to get this damage. 2, 3. So we're gonna come up. All 3 regroup here, and they're gonna shoot Lily. So to shoot, it's 6 dice because of my boon. Yes. Yep. Great. Boon used. And then it's just 4 damage. See what we can do.
It'd be really cool if you killed her.
It would be.
You did.
I did.
But that's not actually that bad for me, because now we will tie.
I have more ways to score, though, I think.
Yes, you do. You have
okay,
2 attacks with Rangosh here.
Yes, I do. All right, that is them. Oh, they are going to take a... let's see, what have you got left over there? You got...
I just have the...
Thornlings.
I just have... Oh, yeah, I have the Thornlings and the...
Yeah. They're going to take an armor in case the Thornlings want to take a shot at them.
All right. So since you can...
Because I'm trying to prevent you from...
right.
picking one of them off with a Thornling, so I'll give them some armor.
Right, but because you can do that, because you have 2 attacks, that you
Yep.
can use with Rangosh versus
Yes, to pick
the
off 2 of them.
Thornlings, right?
Yep.
I have to basically try to one-shot Pete with the Thornlings. That's it.
More or less.
That's what I
Yeah.
have
So
to do.
Skullbreakers, you've got what are your opportunities here? You've got only Thornlings and Tooth Bears. Tooth Bears
Mhm.
are gonna
They just,
swing and
I mean,
miss
they can kill. Yeah,
on a
exactly.
stabber. At most, they're gonna get 1 step out of that.
Right. 100%. So you're gonna get 2.
But you're gonna get 4 steps. Wait, I didn't give myself those steps. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right. So
Okay.
right
So
now,
now, so you're gonna get 4. 1, 2,
right.
3,
So I would
4.
win the round if
Right
if we
now.
stopped right now.
Right.
Right. So I can do one of 2 things, right? I
Yeah.
can try to kill Pete
Yep.
with a.
Big.
I'll be rolling a 5-4. It's not great,
Yeah.
but then I mean I have to hope that I hit it exactly
And then go big. Yeah.
and then go big, right?
Yep.
It's a possibility.
It could
Not
happen.
very high. I can also hit a bandit.
Mhm.
You know, 4 armor or 3, not great, probably doable. And then I have to kill this stabber.
Right.
You're gonna definitely kill 1 thornling, and probably 2.
Hmm.
Uh, so that's just where we're. Oh, and then you have the abyssal hound. So yeah, you're definitely because that's a good one versus which abyssal hound here. 1, can I hit that? Is that? He's
One of them is at 1 health.
yeah.
This one was at 1 health.
Oh, is it?
It is.
That.
That might be my problem.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can't get to it. I can't reach it. I could roll with this guy 3 onto 4.
Hmm.
I can't move them to be together, and these guys can't reach this.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I guess you'll have to. So, this is the math I have to do, right? Do
Yeah.
you have to come up and try
And
to
get
hit
attack.
Thornling? Because if you do, you can't get to these dudes.
No.
And if you drag them, where are you going to drag them to? You'd have to drag them closer,
Yep.
right? So I guess you could go here, drag these 2 here, and he could run away.
Hmm.
You know, I don't know. That's why this is tough though, talking through it, because you forgot that you have a dog at 1.
I did forget for
So
a while
I
that
know
my
you
dog was
did.
almost dead.
I know you did. So
This
if I
is the
didn't
kind of
say
thing
this
where
out
we
loud,
would we'd be screwing each other up more in a game where we weren't talking aloud. Like
obviously, yeah,
you'd let me
exactly.
forget that, and then you just kill him. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. But because these are all this is part of the math.
Right.
So we've basically just played games against ourselves and each other here.
Well,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah,
it's a
because
collaborative.
I wouldn't say that, obviously. So I don't know. I mean, now you're gonna change what you're gonna do, and this abyssal hound's gonna run away.
Yes.
Yeah, you jerk. That's fucking not fair. No. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't get to him right now, and so I guess I'll just. And you're not gonna leave him there.
Hmm.
So I guess I will use these 2 and sprout, and then try to hit Pete. Like that's all I can really do at this point.
Yeah. Okay. No, absolutely not.
A1. Oh,
Nope.
actually, I
Nope.
get 1 more dice. So
There you go.
maybe that'll make. Here we go. Oh, 2. Is
Nice.
that
Where'd
better?
you get that from?
I sprouted.
Oh.
It was a joke, dude.
Oh.
It
Oh.
was 5. It's
I'm
5.
already. Don't mind me.
5.
I don't know how to play this game.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be 2. So it's
Yes.
not relevant.
I was thinking that was a damage roll. Okay. Yeah. So that didn't work.
No.
That's that. Alrighty. Then the hounds are, yes, going to go. This one's going to evacuate the premises. He's going to head this way towards sticks. Mostly because that's just out of range, and I don't expect there to be a next turn. If there is a next turn, it's not terrible to be over here close to sticks. It gives me extra mobility. I'm going to... what I can do... Let's see, he was here. Well, suddenly I don't like where I put... I don't like where I put the red bandits. That's okay. So... I wanted to run this guy over here. I was trying to do a drag, but it's not going to work. All right, so this guy's going to go over here and get out of the way, although there's not much to get out of the way from at this point. Then this guy's coming down here, and he's going to bite that one. 4 dice 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Hits.
Why couldn't I roll that on Sneaky Pete?
Hits. Hits.
Awesome.
6 dice. Got to top that. What, 3 armor? Yep.
Jesus.
There it is. That one's down. 1 step. And then I can drag.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid you were going to do before, which is why
Yep.
I was like, oh, I have to attack with the 2 hex while I have them.
Totally.
It was fucking totally, it didn't matter.
Yep.
5 dice. I rolled a 2. Incredible.
All right. This is where the tooth bears bring it home for you.
Yeah. It was a 4% chance of me rolling a 2.
How exciting will that be when it happens?
No. Of
that?
rolling so badly against Pete.
Oh.
5 dice. Still stuck in it. Here we go. So tooth bears are just gonna... No. They're gonna recruit because that's more efficacious for them. Then you have more of them on the board, etc. If there was
As if there was
a
next
round.
turn.
Exactly. And then 5 with an auto wound.
No. Valiant effort.
Oh.
That leaves Rangosh, although 1, 2, 3, 4 I've already won. Rangosh will just go for the hell of it. He's going to Jawbreaker this Thornling right next to him. He'll eat this guy to do it. And that is 4 dice to hit. I've got too many dice. 4 dice to hit. Yes, I needed that bonus. 4 to hit 2. I've hit it. I now have... Oh, I should Whiplash first. That's right. Now I've got 8 dice for his 3 armor. Did Rangosh swing at a champion this whole game?
That was yesterday. Dude,
okay. Thornling down. Bam, 1 step. And then I've used my boon, and you know what? Rangosh will ult.
Hell yeah.
KO.
Hell yeah.
Boom. Boom.
In particular.
That's game.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Woof.
Nicely done.
Well played. That was a good one.
Yeah. I feel like it's rough when you have to say everything out loud.
Yes, it was a tricky. We were both tipping our hand in ways we wouldn't have. Certainly with the hounds there at the end. So thank you for that. But it's interesting. It's interesting to hear each other. I think to hear your thought process, and hopefully interesting for you to hear mine.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Great.
I mean, I think, but that's like something that I like about this game is that I feel like you can really sort of know someone pretty well through it, like just their play style, whatever. And you and I play so often that I don't know that there was anything that you ever said you were thinking of doing that I didn't already know you were thinking of doing.
Like surprise you, yeah.
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 Just 'cause we play together so often, you know?
Right. I'm trying to think of what you You did surprise me a bit when you sent Skullbreaker to the far side there.
Yeah.
This turn, I see. I mean, that almost worked out.
It almost did. I should have. I should have moved Lily one fucking thing further. I really underestimated the amount of damage you could do to her. I was sort of positioning her for next round. That was a mistake.
Yeah. I wasn't confident about this turn until
get the fuck out of dodge. Wow, you hit her every time. But
when it started at the top of the clash phase, I was not
anybody.
confident.
And then the goddamn archers hit 6 and did 2 damage.
Yes.
Excellent. Did I do any damage that round? No, Styx
one, this round, you hit Styx and Lorsan. You hit Styx with Lorsan.
Yeah.
And
that was it.
That might be it.
Oh, how gross.
There's your problem.
Fielding 2 slayers.
That's right.
Lily.
Yeah. That's what the issue was.
So,
and then I cornered Lily with 2 slayers
that was
everybody else in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Poor Lily got dogpiled.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was that was good. It was fun. I mean, I think it's always and this has actually been really fun because I always ask, I always like annoy you like a little sister or something when you're like I'm like what's the worst part? What's the thing that's annoying the most? What do you
what's the most frustrating thing I just did to you?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, this is something that we've talked about before, but it is fun to like sort of set traps or to like set puzzles for the other person and then see if they if they pick up that message that you've sent or laid down,
or if they interpret it the way you do, if they see something you don't.
Yeah, and the banners are usually that puzzle that you then solve with violence. As you should.
A puzzle solved with violence is a great way to describe this game. I think that's maybe where we'll wrap it up. It was great.
Yeah.
Great playing with you. Thank you for participating.
Absolutely. Super fun.
If you watched this whole very long video, thank you very much. And if you'd like to see more of this, if you'd like to see anything like this, like maybe bring in some different players and have them talk through their strategies down the line, let us know if you want more, if you want something else. Thanks for watching. I'm Dice Tam. That's MrFishopolis. This is Godtear ATX. Keep Godtear weird.